government of turning Britain into a banana republic.
More photos are released from the Epstein files with prominent figures pictured, including Bill Gates.
The Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson accused of blocking new guidance to force businesses to provide women-only bathrooms.
The great Christmas getaway begins. Millions of people are set to head home today for the holidays.
It's last orders for some pubs as landlords warn rising costs could lead to record closures. But will the festive season provide that much-needed boost for British businesses?
So long, lollipop ladies. We're going to be debating if it's time to axe school crossing guards after some councils propose getting rid of the role to fill funding gaps.
And first date star Merlin Griffiths is here after 7 o'clock, telling us how to make the perfect Christmas cocktail.
And sport this morning in the Ashes, England hanging on by their fingernails to get a result in the third test. Australia still batting, currently 284 runs ahead with 6 wickets remaining, which basically means it's not looking so good. The weigh-in takes place for the biggest boxing mismatch between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, and Rory McIlroy wins Sports Personality of the Year.
It's a brighter day today for many of us, albeit with still some blustery showers around. I'll have the full roundup of the weather coming up soon.
It's just gone 6 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast.
No, it's not looking good, I'm afraid, when it comes to a white Christmas.
Oh, no, I thought it was looking good.
No, this is the shocking news this morning. The Met Office is saying the chances of enjoying a white Christmas this year are extremely low.
Oh. Right.
That's Tom Morgan, who pops up on
yeah.
every now and then. If you want snow, you're going to be disappointed, he says. We're not expecting any Christmas card scenes. Good news is, not much travel disruption either. Although if you are travelling today, it's meant to be really, really bad on the roads today.
Isn't there a rule? Sorry, isn't there a rule? What constitutes a white Christmas? Is it like one flake will land on the weather centre? Is that right? It's ridiculous.
So to declare a white Christmas, a snowflake has to be seen falling in the UK in the 24 hours of December.
That's nonsense. That's not a white Christmas, is it?
A single snowflake.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is. It's not good.
There's plenty of snowflakes in this country.
The law should be is if it looks really nice.
If it is
If
white.
it looks white and nice.
Blanketed with snow.
A blanket. If there's a blanket of snow, that constitutes white Christmas.
I think there is going to be snow in Scotland, though, because I was reading it. I saw something completely different yesterday that was saying that Scotland's looking good for a white Christmas.
Yeah, but this is what we get, isn't it? No one can make their mind up.
No one can make their mind up.
Until 3 days after Christmas.
But are we bothered? Are we bothered about the white Christmas? I mean, it always comes up every year, but really, you know, it doesn't happen. So it's like, will it make Christmas extra special?
Yes.
Happen, but it used to happen, didn't it?
But did it really? Or is that just our memories that get cloudy and fogged?
Well, we had one recently, did we not? Maybe like 2 years ago, we had a white Christmas. I was up north, so maybe that helped. But no, it does definitely add to the magic. And I think, actually, if it falls on the morning of the 25th, early morning of the 25th, everybody's already where they need to be, and you wake up to it, and that must be
That would be great. Wake up, and then all of a sudden there's snow everywhere, and
then if it can all wash away by Boxing Day, and then everybody can go home.
Yeah, but this time next week, it's all over, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean,
That's ridiculous.
It's frightening.
Are you ready, though? Are you ready for Christmas? Do you feel Christmas ready?
I'm panicking.
I don't feel Christmas ready, but everything is done.
Well, that's what you've done. You're wrapped in everything.
Everything's sorted.
That is really good.
I feel very festive this year, though. I do feel very festive.
How?
I think it's been, well, the Carol concert on Saturday was really good.
Yeah.
I think being in the studio surrounded by all the trees and the lovely twinkly lights.
Yeah.
I think it's really added to it this year.
Is it me walking around the office singing Ding Dong Merrily on High really, really loudly? Does that make a difference?
Carols, haven't we, for a long time? So,
you come in every morning in a really good mood, Paul.
I know. You know what it is? It's the Christmas spirit, Stephen. That's what it is.
The magic of the season.
It is.
What we like. Anyway, look, it might take away some of your Christmas spirit this morning, our top story, because apparently 10 million voters face having local elections delayed until 2027.
That's after the government offered over 60 councils the chance to push back elections. It's under the guise of reorganising local government.
Well, here's what the local government minister, Alison McGovern, had to say.
Many councils across the country and of all stripes have expressed anxiety about their capacity to deliver a smooth and safe transition to new councils alongside running resource-intensive elections to councils proposed to be shortly abolished. They have expressed concerns about the time and energy spent managing elections to bodies that won't shortly exist, only to run an election a year later. We've also heard from councils querying the value for taxpayers of spending tens of millions running elections to bodies that won't exist, as I said, for much longer. Councils are telling us that where capacity is a problem, postponement would free up resources to be concentrated on local government reorganisation and the delivery of good services. To be clear, should a council say that they have no reason to delay their elections, there will be no delay. If a council voices genuine concerns, we will take these issues seriously and would be minded to grant a delay in those areas.
Well, in response, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage is considering legally challenging the decision. It's after he accused the government of behaving like dictators.
Let's talk to the news editor at the Press Association, Theo Usherwood. Good morning, Theo.
Good morning.
We've been talking for how long now about what a crunch time May is going to be for the government, for the Prime Minister, for the Chancellor. I mean, it could be the tipping point, so we keep saying.
Yes.
And now it's not going to happen for a lot of people.
Yes, for a lot of people, but it's worth just remembering, Stephen, of course, these were elections that were meant to take place earlier this year. Then they got delayed till next May, and now the government wants to push back until May 2027 as part of this government reorganisation. Looking at what's going to happen in terms of these crunch May elections, this doesn't affect what's happening in Scotland, it doesn't affect what's happening in Wales, and it won't affect what's happening in many metropolitan councils where Labour is facing a significant squeeze on the left from parties, well, particularly the Green Party under Zach Polansky. From looking at this story, it's very difficult to see the wisdom of pushing back again, simply because you're worried about what's going to happen in the shires. And James Cleverly is quoted in the front page article in the Times, of course, shadow housing and local government secretary, making the point, well, this is Labour running scared. But of course, when these applications, when councils are given the opportunity to push back again, it will be many Tory councils that actually turn around and say, can we have another extension as well, please? And
is that just because they want to keep hold of their? I mean, why?
Keep hold of their jobs.
Look. Nobody's given to conspiracy theories, but you have to look at why they would take that opportunity, given the rise of Reform and Nigel Farage and the success that they had. Reform had at the last local elections. They won 10 councils, taking control of 10 councils. So that's exactly what they're worried about. I do think when you go out into the country and you speak to people, one of the things that they don't like is they don't. Nigel Farage has used this very effectively. Don't carry a candle for him, but he's used this very effectively to say that actually you're denying democracy, you're denying people their right to have a say in who runs their local services. And I think that's exceptionally damaging for the government. And I don't think it helps. There's going to have to be local elections. You can't get away from the fact that these elections are going to happen. And I think it just simply creates a sort of a boil that has to be lanced sometime in the future. And I don't think it helps either the Labour Party or the Conservative Party to be seen or portrayed by Nigel Farage's party as denying democracy.
What do you think this could mean for reports and suggestions that Sir Keir Starmer could be facing a leadership challenge after the local elections in May? Could this change things?
I think if you look at the really crunch votes that are going to happen in May, particularly as I said in the Senedd and in Holyrood, as well as in those metropolitan councils where you're going to have Labour facing significant votes on issues like the government's stance towards Gaza and the headway that the Greens have made under the new leadership of Zach Polansky. I think that challenge is going to happen anyway. I think there's a real danger for Labour and the Conservatives, indeed the Liberal Democrats too, that after the May's elections, the only truly federal party in this country is going to be Reform UK, the party that can be represented, has any representation or any foothold in outside of England. And I think that's really what the Prime Minister, and there's no doubt to say that he's not worried about it, but that's where the focus is going to be. I don't see these local elections, which actually predominantly affect the Tory shires, and we saw the damage last May that the reform did to the Conservative Party as well. OK, Labour didn't do very well, but particularly the Conservative Party. I don't see, putting these elections off as necessarily helping Keir Starmer change the narrative ahead of the elections in May, which, as you say, Ellie, I think it's accepted in Westminster that, unless Labour sees significant turnaround in their fortunes, they're going to probably precipitate some sort of challenge against Keir Starmer. Whether that actually gets to the point that Labour MPs can rally around one particular candidate to challenge the Prime Minister, it remains to be seen. I think there's still some turmoil within the party itself about which direction it's going to go to.
I mean, however they frame this, whatever excuse, it looks like it just looks like democracy is being unpicked, right? Where does Nigel Farage stand? I know you're not a lawyer, but where does he stand on the possibility of a legal challenge? Is this the sort of issue which you can take to the court?
It is an issue that he could take to the courts. Whether he's successful, I would have thought was neither here nor there. The point is that he's got the ammunition, the political ammunition, to make this point that democracy is being denied. And yes, Reform we've seen huge donations. There was a £9 million donation come in the other day, the most from an individual, largest donation from an individual. And he's got the money, he's got the wherewithal to do it, and that just keeps the story going. And I think that it's better sometimes just to rip the plaster off, face the elections, and see the damage that's done. But as I said, if you look at where these elections fall, I think actually that they're particularly Conservative-run councils. I don't see that there's a particular wisdom in actually pushing off these elections because, as you say, it does give Nigel Farage the opportunity to run it to the courts, to keep the pressure up, and this line that democracy is being denied or Keir Starmer is behaving like a dictator, I think is one that can prove to be very damaging.
Yeah. OK. Theo Ashwood, we'll see you in the next hour. Thank you very much.
Right, at 12 minutes past 6, let's have a look at the weather with Aidan McGivern.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing one or two through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The shower's heavy enough to give thunder, even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still one or two. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. One or two showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in one or two sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, and an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Now, 14 minutes past 6, it's time for our daily reflection.
The GB News Advent Calendar, Day 19.
Hi there. My name is the Reverend Pat Allerton, and I'm a vicar in the Church of England based here at St Peter's in Notting Hill. You know, even 3 years into my parenting journey, my favourite time of day is still that moment when I get to leave the office and go home to my wife Kirsty, our 3-year-old toddler Phoebe, and our baby girl Ivy, who's just 8 months. Whether or not my toddler Phoebe would agree with that and say it's her favourite part of the day is sometimes up for grabs, but it's certainly mine. And why? Because I love being with them more than anything else in the world. Because for all of us, being with those we love is the most important thing in life. And that's what lies at the heart of the Christian message. Because Isaiah the prophet says this: "The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel." And that name, Emmanuel, means God with us. In a world that's experiencing an epidemic of mental health issues, be it anxiety, loneliness, or depression, the Christian story is still good news. Because it means nothing less than this: that because of the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, who died for our sins, but then rose again to new life and is alive today and forevermore, it means we can know him today and one day go and be with him forever. So we need never be alone again, because his name is Emmanuel, God with us.
Yes, and actually, if you are someone who is on your own over Christmas time, don't forget we're here with you as well, right through Christmas, and you're part of our family.
Yeah, so many lovely programmes as well, haven't we, coming up?
Yeah.
Saw Cameron Walker yesterday, and he was recording the Royal Christmas Special.
Oh.
So that'll be a good one.
That'd be nice.
We've, of course, got the GB News Carols by Candlelight programme as well. I think that's being shown on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And then we'll keep you company throughout the day with our normal programming as well. But of course, it'll be special Christmas programming.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Lovely.
Yes, so there you go. Anyway, look, at 17 minutes past 6, let's just bring you some breaking news from overnight, because European Union leaders have struck a deal to give Ukraine a €90 billion loan. That's because they didn't agree on using frozen Russian assets. Leaders claim the agreement would meet Ukraine's military and economic needs for the next 2 years. They won't have to pay it back until Russia pays reparations.
The suspect in the deadly shooting at Brown University in the US has been found dead. The 48-year-old former PhD physics student was also linked to the killing of a professor near Boston 2 days after Saturday's attack, which left 2 students dead and 9 others injured.
And the Conservative MP Geoffrey Cox has told our political editor that Reform UK lacks the discipline needed to succeed. He acknowledged voters had been let down by the Conservatives, but he said Kemi Badenoch is getting the party back on track.
It's the Conservative Party, with its historic mission, its historic discipline, with its coherence that is born of the ancient traditions that it has, the great men and women who've served it. Unless the Conservative Party develops the mission that will change this country, no other party will do it.
Reform thinks it can, Geoffrey.
Reform will implode on the first contact with reality like a bubble blown from a child's wand. It simply won't be able to maintain the discipline and coherence that will be required to fulfill this mission. I respect a lot of those in it. I like a lot of them, but you need regimental tradition, Chopper, to be able.
It's interesting. Well, it's an interesting point. Do you agree with him? gbnews.com/your say. I don't know, the argument of saying, well, basically, they're all too new and you need people who've been around for a long time. Everyone's new at some point.
Yeah, and actually what Nigel Farage would say is they're all very experienced in their own fields, whether that be business, whether that be finance, and perhaps that's what we need now. Perhaps
maybe
that's the way forward.
Maybe this is the tactic now from the Conservatives. It's like a fear tactic. They're not going to be able to do it. I don't know, it's interesting though. And if you want to watch that in more detail, don't forget Chopper's Political Podcast is available from wherever you get your podcasts, with new episodes every Friday.
Now, at 19 minutes past 6, the great Christmas getaway begins. Millions of people are set to head home for the holidays today.
So, travel chaos, I'm afraid to say, delays expected on the roads and on the rails.
Well, let's speak now to global travel consultant and advisor Anita Mendriata, who joins us now. Morning to you, Anita. And I understand today is meant to be the busiest day in terms of festive getaways.
Indeed, this is what we call Frantic Friday. It's going to be extremely busy on the roads, at the airports, on the rails, and we need to anticipate that because people are traveling with extra baggage, extra gifts, extra emotion, and very little patience and tolerance today.
So when we say bad, how bad?
A lot of it is going to be really managing what we already know to be true. There's about a 25% increase in terms of pressure on the roads. At Heathrow Airport, for example, we have over 1,000 flights a day going out in December, about 500,000 people traveling today. And we also need to take into account not just people traveling out, but people coming into the UK. There's about 3.5 million people from around the world coming to the UK to celebrate the holidays. So it's in both directions. I think the word bad is more a matter of we need to manage expectations. This is not unfamiliar. It's just refamiliarizing ourselves with how we cope with it.
Yeah, so what advice would you have for people who are setting off today?
I think what's really important, and this is what's critical, Ellie, and it actually goes to your earlier conversation about White Christmas. And you made a lovely point of rather wake up on Christmas Day to find the snow. We do not want snow happening at this point in time because it will impact all of travel. But I think what I would say to people, absolutely, leave early. Anticipate it's going to be frustrating because we are frustrated with all of the need to get away. And especially for people traveling by air, do not go on the roads. Try to use the tube, try to use train systems because it's going to be very busy on the roads with road travel. And that's going to impact the ability to get to airports. So be really careful about that. But ultimately, we will get to where we need to. We will get to the people we love, and we're very blessed to be able to. So just keep calm, carry on, give yourself extra time, and anticipate again. Extra emotion at the airports, extra baggage with all the gifts. Allow yourself the extra space to just cope and get to where you need to.
OK, great advice, actually, Anita. Thank you very much indeed. Good to see you.
Thanks, Anita.
Take care.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Yes,
Happy holidays.
If you are travelling on the planes, I only found this out last week, you can't wrap presents. If you're taking presents on the plane, don't wrap them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you've got to wrap them when you get there.
Is that a security thing?
Yeah, yeah. So if you wrap them all, they're all going to get unwrapped at security.
Oh, well, there you go. Public service announcement
if you are doing that. Oh, good advice, though. She was more like a psychotherapist this morning, was Anita, but that's good.
Space and a bit of grace. Yes, very good.
Nice. Right, now still to come. A new set of Jeffrey Epstein pictures have been released and they're raising, well, perhaps some more questions. Is there anything really that significant in them, though? We're going to talk to an expert in just a moment.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Mornings don't have to be tiresome, especially if you have the right company.
Wake up to news as it happens, opinion and debate, and of course, a little bit of entertainment too.
Because when the kettle's on, we're on.
That's Breakfast on GB News, a show worth waking up for.
Every morning from 6 a.m.
Only on the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
We'll spread the news, you spread the word.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk now?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
In fact, has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up?
About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Bold.
They are under no illusion.
Brave.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now, they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Westminster, the ultimate clique. And you're fighting like rats in a sack. But here on the Camilla Tominey Show, we ask the questions the establishment media is too scared to ask. OK, let me ask you a straight question, because I know you're a straight-talking politician. Whether it's net zero, illegal immigration or law and order, nothing is off-limits.
You had the power then.
Yeah, as I
and
say,
now you've lost it.
That's the Camilla Tominey Show, a politics show that's fearless.
But no, let me finish my question if you don't mind, because it is my show.
Sundays at 9:30, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
Now, at 6:26, a new batch of photographs related to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein have been made public by Democrats in the United States.
Well, the images include photos of the Microsoft founder Bill Gates and former Donald Trump advisor Steve Bannon.
Let's talk to political analyst and author Spencer Critchley. Spencer, good morning to you. Did these pictures tell us anything?
Not a great deal. There's no context released along with this particular batch of pictures. Of course, there are many other pictures that have already been released, and apparently many, many more to come if the Justice Department follows through tomorrow and releases everything they're supposed to release. It's always tempting to speculate what's going on in photos like this, especially when we do know that Jeffrey Epstein was a terrible sexual predator, so it's very tempting to speculate about why people would hang out with a person like that. But we don't really know in a lot of these cases.
One of the most disturbing images, I think, Spencer, was the pictures showing handwritten messages on a person's body. For people who haven't seen those images, do you just want to describe what we can see in those?
Yeah, there's one, for example, of a young woman's leg with a passage from Vladimir Nabokov's novel Lolita written on her lower leg and foot with the book Lolita in the background. And of course, as most people will remember, Lolita was about a grown man's affair with an obsession with a 12-year-old girl. So it's just, there's so much of this kind of thing that is just skin-crawlingly disturbing from the Epstein saga. And although, as I say, we should not speculate, there are many reasons why people might show up in a photo with somebody. You have to wonder about people who hung out with him over a period of time, because by all accounts it was obvious that even if you didn't know exactly what he was doing, it seemed very obvious he was at least an extremely creepy person.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess what we need to remember with all of this, I mean, he's often seen with very powerful people, but then again, he was a man of tremendous influence. I mean, he deliberately moved in these circles and tried to influence people who really held on to the levers of power. I mean, it's part of the creepiness of him in a way.
Yeah, and we're not sure exactly, what he was doing in these relationships, what the point of them really was. A lot of it just seemed to be that he liked to go out to nightclubs and parties and was apparently a sex addict, and got a thrill hanging out with famous people and being associated with them. But among, the volumes of speculation about all of this are questions about just how he made his money, because he did not seem to have much depth at all as a financial advisor in his background, didn't have a reputation for being particularly talented in that area, and yet had access to large amounts of money. So some of the speculation is, was he blackmailing people? But again, without evidence, we can't know that.
And Spencer, as you say, that deadline is looming for the Epstein files, all of them to be released, which is later on today. What are you expecting to see, or can we predict what is to be seen in the rest of the Epstein files? How much do you think could be redacted?
It's really hard to say. Reportedly, FBI agents and Justice Department lawyers are working feverishly to try to meet the deadline. I've read that each individual is being asked to redact as many as 1,000 documents over just a period of days to try to hit this deadline. A deadline, by the way, which was needless. I mean, the president has had the authority to release these documents at any particular time since taking office. He could have done it on day one. He was promising to do this all during his 2024 campaign. A law had to be passed to make it happen tomorrow, and now there's this tremendous rush to get this done. The redactions, of course, many of them must happen in order to protect innocent people. There's a great deal of concern that significant information might be redacted, or significant documents may be completely omitted with no explanation, or with an explanation, potentially cooked up to suit the moment. Unfortunately, we have very little reason to trust the Justice Department in the United States these days, which is the downside of it asserting executive authority by the president, direct authority over the Justice Department. It's very hard not to assume they're going to be acting first in his interests, and second in the interests of their actual employers, the people of the United States.
OK. Spencer, we appreciate your time and your expertise. Thanks very much
My pleasure.
indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, it's important to say that there is no suggestion that anyone appearing in the photographs implies any wrongdoing, and many of those featured have denied any wrongdoing in relation to Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, at, 32 minutes past 6. If you're travelling to work or school this morning, it could well be your last day before Christmas. Here's your traffic and travel update.
Good morning, this is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The M8 remains closed in both directions between Junction 3A and Junction 4 due to essential overnight roadworks. This affects the eastbound Junction 4 on-slip and the Junction 3A off-slip, with similar restrictions on the westbound direction. Drivers must follow the signed diversions. Additionally, the A55 Britannia Bridge is subject to high winds until further notice. And on the trains, Greater Anglia is facing issues with no trains to or from Hertford East, and C2C is running a reduced service between Barking and Purfleet. Stay up to date at gbnews.com for more travel news.
Now, still to come, Rory McIlroy is Sports Personality of the Year. There he is, looking very pleased with himself. We'll get more from Paul in a moment.
I'm Michelle Dewberry, this is Jubes & Co with you.
Hello everyone, Patrick Christie is here. GB News,
Britain's news channel.
Access the stories that matter to you. Take the GB News family with you on any device, and as long as you have an internet connection. Tune in to GB News anywhere on the planet or beyond. GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Dormy, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk
No,
now?
that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
The fact has Trump made a good start? No.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up?
About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m, only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show live every night at midnight.
Only on GB News,
Britain's news channel.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions, but every Friday night at 9 p.m. you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Now, at 6:36, just time to tell you about the Great British Giveaway, and it's a goodie, £85,000 in tax-free cash up for grabs. Well, Hayley Sparks has been on a magical trip to Lapland and has all of the details you need for a chance to make it yours.
This Christmas, we're giving you the chance to win our biggest cash prize of the year. An incredible £85,000 in tax-free cash could be yours. Cash to make your new year the best yet. And we've come to the fabulously festive Aurora Collection Resort here in Lapland to celebrate. Imagine what next year could look like for you with a whopping £85,000 in the bank. You could find yourself on the adventure of a lifetime or just safe in the knowledge that next year is on us. £85,000 of tax-free cash really could be yours. Go on, give it a go, and Merry Christmas!
For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. The winner may be contacted live on GB News, week commencing the 9th of February 2026. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Well, we're livid, aren't we?
Oh, I want to be in Lapland.
Furious. Why have they sent Hayley to Lapland?
I want to be in Lapland. Why aren't we doing
I know
breakfast?
why. She's one of Santa's little helpers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, that's what I
We
heard.
should be doing breakfast from Lapland.
It's not that we're jealous or anything.
We could be with Father Christmas and the Elves.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be great.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Paul!
Yes!
Your Broadcasting Personality of the Year, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very, very kind.
How was the show last night?
The show was okay. It was it was 3 women were hosting it probably for the first time.
Right.
There was Alex Scott.
Yeah.
And there was, of course, who else was there?
I have no idea, Paul.
It's going really
You tell
well.
us.
Yeah.
There's an impression then.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you who won,
Hang
OK?
on.
I'll tell you who won. And I'm pleased about this.
Oh, yeah?
Rory McIlroy won. Yeah. You're not so happy?
I'm not, no. I don't think it's the right choice.
Rory, I think, was the right choice.
I'd have gone for Luke Littler.
Yeah, we like Luke.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
Sports personality?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, the thing is, it also made a difference because of who was there. Luke wasn't there, which is a bit bizarre, because, yes, he's in the middle of the World Championship, but he was practising like 10 miles down the road.
Well,
So
he knew he hadn't won.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah, they know
But the
this
thing
one.
is, they then open it up and they narrow it down and then more people can vote, etc. But seriously, I'm glad Rory McIlroy won. Career Grand Slam and also the Ryder Cup, and he did a very nice speech. I was happy for Rory. And I was always one that thought Rory was a little bit of a choker, but I don't believe that. I think it was the right decision.
Luke Littler, or who was the other one that we liked? The F1 guy.
Yeah, Lando Norris.
Oh, Lando Norris.
Lando was third.
That would have been very timely.
But Lando wasn't there either. See, there you go.
They had a tip-off.
Ellie Kildunn came second.
That's
Now,
a joke.
Ellie was the... Not you, Ellie.
Was that me?
Yes.
I'm not sporty in the slightest.
Ellie... yeah, well, anyway, Ellie Kildunn, there she is, and there's Ellie. She's one of the Red Roses.
Oh, right.
And let's face it, England, the Red Roses, they won the World Cup this year.
No, well, that's good.
So when it came to Team of the Year, it was a tricky one because we had the Red Roses and, of course, the Lionesses, who also won the Euros.
Doing it for the girls.
And then the Ryder Cup team, and it was the Ryder Cup team that won the Team of the Year. No? Ooh. Not sure. See, I got to say, I would have thought the Red Roses.
I would have thought
I think the Red Roses, because they've been so dominant.
Yeah.
And I think it was... But it's obviously about the public and it's about what was most enjoyed at the time. But even so... I mean,
I'd have given it to Ellie just because... Did you see Ellie's hair?
Yeah.
She's got the best hair. It's fantastic hair.
Well, they made a Barbie of her. Do you remember that? We talked about that after the World Cup.
Look at that. She looks like Alex Kingston. She's got hair like that. It's just stunning. I love it.
She looked great. She really is. And what a talent as well. And they had a little film about when she started off playing rugby as a young girl, playing amongst the boys, and she was always the fastest and the best one, but she's great. Lifetime Achievement Award went to Thierry Henry, the Arsenal striker.
Oh, yeah, that's well-deserved, right?
Well, I'm not so sure.
Oh, OK.
Is it the Arsenal thing that's got in the way for me?
Maybe.
But I'm not really sure. It's like, is he a Brit? No. And it was like, well, why Thierry Henry? I mean, he's a great footballer all the same, but,
He's got a bit of vavavoom, hasn't he?
That's what it is the vavavoom. Coach of the Year, Serena Wiegmann, no surprise there. World sports star, Armand Duplantis, who is the pole vaulter, who's unbelievable. Young Sports Personality of the Year was Michelle Aguiman, who was great at the Euros for England.
Yeah, we liked her, yeah.
Yeah, so on the whole, OK.
Now, I'm worried, as you know, about this boxing match in Miami.
Give over, it's going to be brilliant.
No, I don't know.
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
They've had the weigh-in. Should we have another look at them together and see who we think is going to win? Even if you didn't know who was who, you'd kind of work out which is the one that you think's going to win. I'll give you a clue. It ain't going to be that one.
Yeah.
So there's the one that's weighing himself. That's Jake Paul, former YouTuber, now professional boxer. 216.6 pounds. Right. AJ, 243.4 pounds. Wow. And over 6 feet taller than Jake Paul. So it happens.
Look at him, he's a machine. I mean, scary.
So he's almost 2 stone heavier than Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And it's a big height difference as well.
It is. And I just don't see that Jake Paul truly believes that he's actually going to be in with a shot. I think it's like some crazy stunt. It's like, I'll face it.
Crazy.
Something, it just doesn't ring true. And also, especially when AJ is saying that now he wants to move on. He's already won the world title, it's gone down, and now he's going to build himself. It's like, why? Why do you need to? You've been the world champion. You're probably worth over £200 million. You get another 50 million quid for this. I don't know.
Do you not think it's going to be fun? I think it's going to be really entertaining.
You know what?
Come on, if you think you're hard enough, Jake.
I know. I can't wait to see it. There is the worry, like Ellie says, if that something bad could happen, but surely, somehow, they wouldn't allow that to happen. There's too much money at stake. These sorts of boxing matches, there's too much money, there's too many of them going on. If anything went seriously wrong, it would put an end to all of it.
I'd like to see him go down. I'd like a knockout.
See, look at that.
It is, I know.
But that's what it's all about. Yeah. That is it.
It's weird, isn't it? But it is, I said yesterday, it's like a real primal thing. I want AJ to go in there and just flatten him.
One punch.
First,
boom. Round one.
Done.
Bit of that, bomb, it's all over.
I'm not a violent person.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. I really want to see him do it.
But that's the love of boxing. It is
weird, isn't it?
You find yourself, when you watch some of these fights, you're like, and you can't help yourself. But that's what it's all about. It really is. I should mention the Ashes as well, by the way.
Oh, just very quickly.
Yeah, talk about knockout punch. Day 3, third test, Australia 371 in the first innings. They are now very much in control. 230 for 4. They're 315 ahead. They're still batting. Another 100 from Travis Head. Still loads of wickets left. England are going to bat, and it's all going to be all over. So I don't know what's going to last longer, the rest of the Ashes or the Jake Paul-AJ fight. I'm really not too sure. But we will see.
All right, Paul, thank you.
Thank you.
Gabby Logan, by the way, was fantastic yesterday.
Yeah,
She's the
and
best
Claire Balding was
And
in
Claire
one.
Balding. They are
very
true
good.
pros. I was kidding, but they were great.
Yeah.
A bit of it was then.
Yeah.
Came to the end. It's still early, we'll forgive you. Now, do stay with us, still to come. The woman at the centre of the Coldplay kiss cam scandal. Remember that? She has spoken out for the first time. Find out what she had to say next.
Ready to soak up that holiday sunshine?
Won't we need some cover?
No worries, all sorted.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
If you're contemplating a trip overseas at the moment, it is dry at first this weekend for many places, but low pressure will develop and it will bring increasingly heavy rain to many by the end of the weekend. We do have some rain to talk about. Parts of the south of Greece, southern Italy seeing that rain at first. Drier for the rest of Italy, dry for much of Iberia, but in between weather systems, a front pushing some rain into Portugal later. And then a developing area of low pressure will turn things increasingly wet across Italy and Greece.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
I think a lot of you at home are going to be quite annoyed with this. Now, Tesco, the big supermarket chain, appears to have got rid of the famous Christmas trees, instead renaming them evergreen
trees.
Evergreen
There's
trees.
the evergreen tree.
Here we are. So if you're listening on the radio, these are pictures of their boxes of artificial Christmas trees without the word Christmas on them at all, instead calling them evergreen trees. There are still a number of Christmas trees available called Christmas trees.
Christmas trees,
but I think it has clearly annoyed quite a lot of people. Why do you call them evergreen trees? Can't you just call them Christmas?
Just call them Christmas trees. I call them Christmas trees even outside of the time of Christmas. If they look like a Christmas tree, I call them a Christmas tree, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And the Conservative leader of the London Assembly, Susan Hall, she's told The Telegraph, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas tree. People don't tend to put up green plastic fir trees for any other reason. It's all stupid nonsense about offending other people and other religions. Well, below that, this is supposed to be a Christian country. We have Christmas. Let's celebrate it, says Susan Hall.
Actually, other religions are not offended by the celebration of Christmas in a Christian country. You speak to Hindus and Buddhists and the vast majority of Muslims, they're not in the slightest bit bothered and actually will join in those celebrations as well. It doesn't offend them. But what you've got are marketing divisions within these big companies where you've got Tarquin and Tabitha who feel that we must, you know, do what we can do to not offend the great British public. And the great British public are the ones that are actually buying the product and they're not in the slightest bit offended.
Can I just say it offends me that we've got Christmas already and it's not December.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Join me, Nana Okoye, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, he didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
In the GB Newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
We're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
Right, we're going through the papers at 6:48 with the journalist James Rampton and the entrepreneur Alison Court. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Both. James, can we start with this in the Telegraph from Kemi Badenoch? British boys don't need misogyny lessons, migrants do.
Well, I do think British boys need misogyny lessons, actually. I mean, if you look at the horrendous figures I was reading just now, 93% of boys under the age of 18 have been exposed to pornography. They can now access this thing called, which I had never heard of, a nudification app, where they can take a picture of somebody, maybe a school friend, and turn them into a nude. And that's really shocking to me.
Well, that's just AI, isn't it? I mean,
but I mean, that is objectifying women and sexualising girls, which is...
Well, yeah, but hold on a minute. Of course, Of course, boys are going to sexualise girls. They're sexual beings at that age. It's what it's what you do. But you can't say sexualising someone is a negative thing.
Well, it's the toxicity and the misogyny that it can lead to. Look at the dreadful things that Andrew Tate has said about women. I think there are many young boys, unfortunately, who see Tate as some sort of God who's speaking a truth that no one else will speak.
But is that not because? And I'm not defending misogyny or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not at all. But. Is the appeal of Andrew Tate not that boys have been told for years now, masculinity is toxic, being male is toxic, and there's someone who's fighting in the corner going, oh, it's all right to be like this, it's fine.
Well, it's more than that, what he says about what he does to women and what one should do to women. I think that goes beyond any bounds of normal, in inverted commas, behaviour. I think what he's encouraging is something way beyond that. And I do think the government, it's a bit of a wishy-washy dream, perhaps, to halve sexual violence within a decade. I mean, chance would be a fine thing. But I think it's a noble intention, and I don't...
Is this the right way to go about it, though?
Yeah, that's the concern.
I just think that... I do agree that this access to pornography is a problem. But here I do agree with Kemi Badenoch, and I do think that it's Labour's way of just deflecting from the bigger conversation, which is the issues around immigration from cultures which, as you said, don't respect women, which is, which has been played out, and we've seen that. So I think that the pornography issue is a sort of underlying issue. I think the major issue here is Labour trying to manipulate the bigger story.
My worry with it all is, and let's say there is an issue and it needs to be addressed. I just think, is this the way of addressing it? Because I just fear that all we're going to do is tell boys as young as 11 that being masculine is a bad thing.
Yeah, I think that's very possible, and they're confused enough as it is at 11. So there needs to be very, I would focus on something else, which is let's make sure that young boys, young working class boys, don't have the worst educational outcomes. There are other issues here which I think are actually more important.
And I think the conversation is going towards what we've just seen happen in Australia, which is a social media ban for under 16s, or smartphones being banned for under 16s.
Yeah.
Because it's pornography, it's online pornography that we're talking about here, isn't it?
Yes, and
that's
I think
what leads to this misogyny.
Yeah. It does, and I think that is again the sort of the fundamental issue here, and I do agree with James on that front that pornography is at the core of it.
93% of boys under 18. That's a sort of mind-boggling figure, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you just think that even if only half of them are being affected by that, that's way too many.
Yeah, and it's I was looking at figures yesterday. It's average age now for British boys to have seen porn for the first time is 10 years old.
Oh my God!
Primary school.
Yeah,
wow.
So
wow,
that is
something needs to be done.
Yep.
Alison, let's have a look at the EU agreeing €90 billion loan for Ukraine. But this is because they can't use those frozen Russian assets.
Yes, so it was rather sweetly described in The Guardian as Germany, Sweden and the Netherlands, who are the more frugal of the EU members, which I rather love.
Yes.
Saying, yes, let's use the assets. And then Belgium, of course, who stand to sort of suffer the greatest backlash should it all go wrong, saying, well, can we have a chat about this? And I think for me, the sort of overarching thing here is that it underlines how the European Union isn't always a union. It has to be united in its agreement on these decisions. And I was in favour of Brexit and don't believe that, 27 member countries can, actually achieve unanimity on this common borrowing, and they haven't. So for me, it's an example of the system not working.
But they have, because they've all agreed to give Ukraine a loan of €90 billion. So eventually, yes, Belgium blocked the use of the frozen assets, but, by hook or by crook, against the frugality of the Germans, they have managed to achieve some unity.
OK. You two, thank you both very much indeed. We'll see you later on.
Thanks.
Let us know what you think on any of those stories. But for now, let's get a check on the weather, shall we, with Aidan McGibbon.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing 1 or 2 through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The shower's heavy enough to give thunder or even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still 1 or 2. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. 1 or 2 showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in 1 or 2 sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, and an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Thank you, Britain, for our more than 2 million YouTube subscribers and more than 2 billion views. That is Britain watching, sharing and making its voice heard louder than ever before.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. Road users are advised to take extra care when crossing the M90 Friarton Bridge due to high winds affecting driving conditions. Motorists on the A55 Britannia Bridge should also brace for high winds, with adverse conditions expected to persist. In Cambridgeshire, the M11 southbound exit slip at Junction 10 is experiencing lane closures due to a road traffic collision. Normal traffic conditions are anticipated to resume between 8:15 and 8:30 this morning. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services are suspended to and from Hertford East, while there is disruption affecting the London Overground in the Barking area. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
It's the big one. Your chance to win a whopping £85,000 in tax-free cash. The largest cash prize we've given away to date. That's like over £7,000 a month extra in your bank account each month for 12 whole months. That's a year of yes. Yes to holidays, yes to treats, yes to shopping trips, yes to home improvements. For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m. only on GB News.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock, only on GB News.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates,
lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pierce.
And me, Miriam Gates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Good morning. Next May's local elections could be delayed for around 10 million more voters.
Yes, the government offers over 60 councils the chance to suspend elections until 2027.
Well, with reform surging in the polls, the Prime Minister's leadership expected to be challenged next year, is Nigel Farage right to accuse the government of turning Britain into a banana republic?
More photos are released from the Epstein files, with prominent figures pictured, including Bill Gates.
The great Christmas getaway begins. Millions set to head home for Christmas today. The roads are going to be bad.
It's last orders for some pubs as landlords warn rising costs could lead to record closures. But with the festive season, provide a much-needed boost for local British businesses.
And so long, lollipop ladies will be debating if it's time to axe school crossing guards after some councils propose getting rid of the role to fill funding gaps.
First Date star Merlin Griffiths is telling us how to make the perfect Christmas cocktail in about 15 minutes' time.
And this is what you've been wanting this morning. Eurovision winner and general all-round legend Dana is celebrating her Christmas classic. It's going to be a cold, cold Christmas with a new recording of the festive tune 50 years on. Here's a sneak peek of the new version.
It's gonna be a cold, cold Christmas without you. Dreaming of those warm.
You drifted off, Paul.
Yes, I was enjoying Dana. In sport this morning, in the Ashes, England are hanging on by their fingernails to get a result in the third test. Australia currently still batting, 351 runs ahead with 6 wickets remaining. The weigh-in takes place for the biggest boxing mismatch between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. They fight tonight. Rory McIlroy wins Sports Personality of the Year.
It's a brighter day today for many of us, albeit with still some blustery showers around. I'll have the full roundup of the weather coming up soon.
It's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast.
Was the Dana song? Was it one Eurovision? Was it all kinds of everything?
It's going to be a cold, cold Christmas.
No, that wasn't the.
Oh,
that was the other one.
after she
was
won
in
Eurovision.
Dana.
Got you.
Yeah, all kinds of everything.
That was lovely.
It's classic.
Yeah, it is classic. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Look, are you a bit worried about next Thursday?
Yep.
What to do? How to behave at Christmas?
Yes.
Well, the Express this morning has got some tips from this bloke who's written a book about how to do a good Christmas.
It's like the etiquette of Christmas, if you will.
I've never... I mean, apologies to said writer. What a load of rubbish.
Do you think it'd be rubbish at his house at Christmas?
I do think it's going to be rubbish.
Suggestions?
Christmas dinner conversation survival guide.
Yeah.
Acceptable topics, how delicious the food is, requests for the recipe, requests to take leftovers home, requests for more gravy.
It's quite limited.
That's what you can do.
What a lovely chat.
But this is the never buy your partner anything that might be construed as helpful around the house.
That's probably quite good. That's quite a good one.
Don't narrate the present as you hand it over, saying it's probably rubbish, you're going to hate it.
Oh, you always get that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, you always get that one.
But this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, I thought this was a bit crazy.
Yes. So basically, if nature calls when you're around somebody else's house for Christmas, do not use their bathroom.
Use the garden?
Drive to the nearest services.
No, he's on a wind-up.
Are you serious?
He's on a
That's what he
wind-up.
says. Drive to the nearest services if you want to use the loo.
So how do you make your excuse?
I don't know. I'm just popping out to the toilet 15 miles away.
Maybe sometime.
Yeah. What a load of rubbish. I'm sorry.
I think he's on a wind-up there.
I mean, I've never...
Do you reckon he had a bad experience with someone came around his house and went into the toilet?
I think there is a story involved there with the plunger.
OK, you don't want to go in there for a while.
I was reading earlier,
But,
yes.
you know, I just think, well, I'm totally crazy.
Anyway.
Just have a nice time, put your hat on, tell a corny joke and just have a nice time.
Have a nice time with your family. Yeah, if you've got any tips, let us know. gbnews.com/you'll-say.
Now, this is going to get you going this morning. 10 million voters face having their local elections delayed until 2027.
Well, that's after the government offered 60 councils the chance to push back elections. And they say it's because they're reorganising local government.
Well, here's what the local government minister had to say.
Many councils across the country and of all stripes have expressed anxiety about their capacity to deliver a smooth and safe transition to new councils alongside running resource-intensive elections to councils proposed to be shortly abolished. They have expressed concerns about the time and energy spent managing elections to bodies that won't shortly exist, only to run an election a year later. We've also heard from councils querying the value for taxpayers of spending tens of millions running elections to bodies that won't exist, as I said, for much longer. Councils are telling us that where capacity is a problem, postponement would free up resources to be concentrated on local government reorganisation and the delivery of good services. To be clear, should a council say that they have no reason to delay their elections, there will be no delay. If a council voices genuine concerns, we will take these issues seriously and would be minded to grant a delay in those areas.
Well, let's speak now to news editor at Press Association, Theo Usherwood. Good morning to you, Theo. What do you make of this? There could be uproar over this.
Yes, I mean, this is, further delay because, of course, if you think back to these elections, they were actually meant to take place last May. And, of course, the government wanted to change the boundaries and reorganise, merge some councils and have a reorganisation in local government to bring about greater efficiencies. And therefore, they put it off until next May. That was the initial plan, at least. And now saying, actually, well, we want to put it off even further until May 2027.
You can get away with doing it once.
Yeah, and of course, that's led to the accusation from Nigel Farage that Keir Starmer's behaving like a dictator and he's running scared. Interestingly, the Tories, James Cleverly, who's the shadow on the housing and local government brief, has hit out. But of course, many of these councils will be Conservative councils, and they'll be given the option to delay the local elections that were meant to take place this year by another year. And it's very likely that they will take the option. They will take that. They will take that offer because they are, they see, what happened in the council elections that did go ahead last year, how well Reform did with winning 10 councils outright and winning hundreds of seats up and down the country.
We're talking to James Cleverly in an hour, actually, so we'll be putting all that to him. But you can understand the outrage. I mean, Nigel Farage talking about being a banana republic. Yeah. The polls, the Reform are riding high in the polls, and whichever way you look at it, whoever you support politically, they're being denied to translate that into a democratic mandate.
Yeah, these are, there's certainly the accusation. The accusation, is from Nigel Farage that people are being denied their right to vote in these elections. You can't just simply swat it away or dismiss it. It is a valid concern that the leader of Reform UK has. I'd also question the wisdom of doing this because actually, if you're thinking about the national media narrative that's going on at the moment, when this challenge is going to come to Keir Starmer's premiership, what Number 10 really has to worry about in terms of, having got over the budget, and it was a very difficult budget to, it was a real hurdle to get over from what Rachel Reeves announced and the accusations she faced of lying. The next hurdle, of course, is these local elections. And yes, there's potential damage in the shires where these councils are predominantly, the elections have been moved. But you can't, Number 10 shouldn't forget, and I'm sure they haven't forgotten, and indeed the Tories haven't forgotten, that the two big votes in Scotland and Wales, both in Holyrood and the Senedd, where Reform are expected to do very well, and Labour and the Tories are going to, fare badly if you believe, the forecasts in the polls. Plus, of course, the Metropolitan Council elections that are taking place next year, and we're expecting the Greens under Zach Polansky to do very well, taking off votes to the left of the Labour Party, people who voted Labour, who've always voted Labour, and now saying actually that they don't trust Keir Starmer. And so it's difficult to see why, if the department has decided to go down this route, why they would simply not just want to rip off the sticking plaster and get these elections done and dusted, rather than, of course, make a further delay, and of course, potentially, just cause problems in 2027 when these elections you'd think would finally take place.
Yeah, kicking the can down the road. Theo, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next hour.
Now, European Union leaders have struck a deal to give Ukraine a €90 billion loan. Now, that's because they've failed to agree on actually unfreezing some frozen Russian assets to give to Ukraine. Leaders say the agreement would meet Ukraine's military and economic needs for the next 2 years.
The UK has appointed Christian Turner as its new ambassador to the US. Mr. Turner has worked across Whitehall, including the Foreign Office, for the last 30 years. He's now been tasked with building links to the Donald Trump administration.
And the suspect in the deadly shooting at Brown University in the States has been found dead. He was a 48-year-old former PhD student. He was also linked to the killing of a professor near Boston 2 days after Saturday's attack, which left 2 students dead and 9 injured.
Now, at 10 minutes past 7, let's get a check on the weather with Ada McGibbon.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing 1 or 2 through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The shower's heavy enough to give thunder or even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still 1 or 2. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. 1 or 2 showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in 1 or 2 sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, and an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Now, the first date star, Merlin Griffiths, is known for whipping up amazing cocktails on telly, but now he's turning his hand to some festive drinks as well.
That's right. He's looking to add a bit of magic to the rotation of festive cocktails with his new project called the White Christmas Campaign, where we can speak to Merlin Griffiths now. Morning to you, Merlin. Really good to have you on the programme. Before we get into cocktails, how are you? Because you had a really nasty battle with bowel cancer in the past few years, haven't you? I know you got the all clear a couple of years ago. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, very good, Ellie. Thank you very much. Yeah, moving on to 4 years all clear now. So, yeah, life starts to look a little more normal.
Well, that's fantastic news, and you can really enjoy the festive season, that means. Let's get into the cocktails then. What have you got on the menu this year?
Oh, blimey. Well, actually, I was going to chat to you around the other side of things. So cocktails is one thing, and it's one thing that I'm known for. But as a bartender, wine is the other part we sort of think about at Christmas. For instance, how do you feel, Ellie or Stephen, how do you feel when you're given a lengthy wine list and you go out, does it fill you full of dread?
See, I've got very set ideas on what I like, so I just know.
And I don't drink, Merlin, so you've had it there, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, there are plenty of good non-alcoholic options too. I mean, it's really interesting. So I've been working with the designation of origin of Rueda in northwest Spain, sort of northwest of Madrid. And they found out 47%, did you know, 47% of people get genuine dread when they're given big wine lists. And around 31% of people literally won't order if they can't pronounce something. However, I'm going to say this Christmas, my little top tip, and I found this lovely wine from their region, is Verdejos. Okay, Verdejo, Verdejos. They're bright. It's white wine. You see, we normally think red wine with Christmas dinner, no?
Yeah.
You know, because it's a big sort of roast kind of meal. But actually, generally, you're having turkey, aren't you? So, white wine, and it's got something crisp and bright and fresh and tropical, little herbal bits around the edge. But it's not so overly fresh. It matches really nicely with poultry. And so that's my little top tip for Christmas. You see, if you're going to head into Christmas lunch, I'd say, yeah, go for a white wine this year.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? When, for an awful lot of people, I mean, as lovely as it is to think, oh, I can peruse a wine list and pick what I fancy, it's often just down to the price, isn't it?
For some people, yeah, absolutely. But for others, I think you're right. Drink what you like, drink what you know, but also don't be afraid to experiment. And I think also trust your servers. You know, I've been doing this for, crikey, 30 years now. So I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, trust your bartender, trust your waiter, trust your sommelier, depending on the type of restaurant you're in. Because if you see something there and you don't know quite what it is, you can just tell people, well, I like a Sauvignon. Well, he might go, well, hey, have a Verdejo instead.
So if people who are hosting at home, though, and they're not heading out to a restaurant this Christmas, what advice would you give for a fun and festive Christmas drink? What should they have on their table, or perhaps could have prepared in advance?
Oh, right. Now, so I'm going to... Let's start with, say, little aperitifs, kind of brunch time, lunchtime, right, before we have our big main meal. I've been lately making mimosas using all of those wonderful clementines, tangerines, satsumas, all your Christmas oranges, right? You know, we end up with baskets and baskets of Christmas oranges on the table. I'd say juice those and make mimosas out of those. It's absolutely wonderful, complete with a little orange twist over the top. Very, very refreshing. And you can make a nice big jug of that. Half with your sort of clementine juice and half with a nice champagne. Keep it in the fridge door. Pour it out for all your relatives.
Is that what it is? It's basically like a Bucks Fizz.
It's a Bucks Fizz. Yeah, Merlin, that is a fantastic idea. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Sounds great, doesn't it?
Oh, well, it does sound nice.
Yeah, we could do a non-alcoholic version.
I can dream. All right, Merlin, really good to see you this morning. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Merlin.
Now, if you want to peruse expensive wine lists, you might need to get your hands on £85,000 to do so. They can be very expensive wines.
Yeah, they can be.
But anyway...
You can get stung as well, can't you?
You can. This is our Great British Giveaway. 85 grand in tax-free cash for you. Hayley Sparks, which we're furious about because we just didn't know. Anyway, we've sent her to Lapland.
Yeah, she's having a great time.
So here's all the details to enter the competition.
A very Merry Christmas to you all from the Aurora Collection Resort in Lapland.
We're on an amazing Arctic adventure to celebrate our greatest cash giveaway, a simply stunning £85,000.
And this Christmas, we're giving you the chance to win it all.
With an extra £85,000 in your bank, you'll be able to indulge in luxury, do those things you've only ever dreamed about.
Even tick a few experiences off the bucket list.
One lucky viewer is guaranteed to win £85,000 in tax-free cash.
And it really could be you, so don't miss out this Christmas.
For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. The winner may be contacted live on GB News, week commencing the 9th of February 2026. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Now, do stay with us, still to come. We're going to be debating if it's time to wave goodbye to lollipop ladies for good. That's next.
Bold. They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get this on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
What I'm going to do now, they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie's tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
No,
isn't it?
no,
Because the failure is...
You're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back,
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
and we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Dubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight-talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m, only on GB News.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Only on GB News.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pierce.
And me, Miriam Cates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Welcome back to Breakfast. It's 7:22. Now, council cutbacks are threatening to wipe out a nearly 90-year tradition in Britain. Lollipop ladies.
Well, and lollipop men.
And lollipop men. Are we even allowed to say lollipop ladies anymore? I thought we probably aren't allowed to say that anymore.
Oh, I don't know
Lollipop
why.
ladies and men. It's probably got a different term, let's be honest.
Well, it probably has, but I mean, what else would you call them?
Our makeup artist this morning is German, and we were discussing this story, and I was saying about lollipop ladies, and she said, what? What are you talking about? And I said, oh, lollipop lady. Such a British term.
Yeah, I suppose it is, really.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, look, the move, the idea of getting rid of crossing guards, or whatever the technical term is now, is being considered in Durham, which is one of 9 councils led by Reform UK.
Well, it could save £80,000 for the council, but is it the right decision? We're debating this morning, should lollipop ladies be given the axe, or is it still vital to safety around our schools?
Right, let's talk to the writer Charles Amos and Councillor Mark Ormston. Good to see you both this morning. Charles, can I start with you? What do you think?
Lollipop ladies are an inefficient use of taxpayers' money. They cost about £30 million, and the benefits in terms of reduced deaths and serious injury are only £22 million. So the net cost to society of lollipop ladies is £8 million. We should get rid of them.
OK. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I disagree with that. I think when you think about as you said, it's a tradition in this country. It's not just in this country, they're used globally. The crossing patrols are much loved in the community as well. And also not only this, but when you think about it, they do save lives. They do. There are lots of hundreds and thousands of stories of where human intervention has been required, saved injuries and potentially lives as well. So I'm really concerned about the saving aspect here, taking over the heightened risk of our most vulnerable in society.
And it's not, I mean, I know you're doing the maths there, Charles, but it's not just about saving lives, is it? It's also about knowing that our children are being sort of spotted on the way to school, so it's like another safety barrier for parents, but also it's about children learning about how to cross roads safely as well, isn't it? It's a life lesson.
You don't need a lollipop lady to tell you to look both ways when you're crossing the road. It's an £8 million net cost to society. We've got very tight budgets in councils. It's time they were got rid of. This sentimentality about we've got to save children's lives come what may is ridiculous. The optimum number of children...
Hold on a minute. Charles, I'm sorry. A sentimentality saying we have to save children's lives come what may? Come on, I mean, that's a bit callous, isn't it?
We shouldn't save children's lives. We should not save children's lives come what may. I mean, are we going to have 100,000 lollipop ladies and the speed limit at 10 miles an hour? That would reduce down the number of children that are dying on our roads. Yet I very much doubt my opponent would believe that we should do that. So there is obviously some way of weighing up the costs and the benefits. And I've done that looking for Department of Transport data. And it's very clear that lollipop ladies do not reduce down they're a net cost to society. There's only £22 million of benefits at best, and they're £30 million in costs. So the net cost, as I've said, is £8 million to society.
Mark, what do you have to say to that?
So if we're going to just stick to the figures, what economic benefits is there to, let's say, 5 children that's died at the age of 5, and how much have they lost and cost the economy because they haven't grown up and contributed to society and everything else? So if you want to keep it purely financial, can you tell me how you calculate that cost for me, please?
Yeah, so I'm using for Department of Transport data. It's about £2.7 million is the cost of a life saved. There's about 20 children under 15s that died in 2014 as a result of road traffic collisions. I very much doubt that lollipop ladies are reducing that number down by 5% or more. I base my cost-benefit analysis on it reducing it down by about 5%, which is really, really high, given there's one lollipop lady for every 43 miles of local roads.
But not. I mean, what I can't get my head around, Charles, is that not everything is done on a cost-benefit analysis. Is it? I mean, not every job in this country has a benefit financial impact on the country.
Not everything should be done by cost-benefit analysis. I agree. I'm a libertarian, not a utilitarian. But when it comes to dealing with where we invest money in roads and public services, I think cost-benefit analysis is the way to go. Because if you're using money inefficiently on the roads, then you're not using it efficiently elsewhere. And that's only a bad thing for society as a whole.
Mark, last word to you.
Thank you so much. And I think that's where we're getting into the black and white, and we need to look much more holistically. The infrastructure in a lot of these villages can't deal with a crossing. It's simply not safe. And I do repute on the point in regards to the financials, because it's impacting all the grieving families, all those classmates, everything else when that death occurs. It's impacting multiple times, even financially. But I think we have to look much more holistically, and putting cost on a life is, for me, we can't just put it in £2 million and go, well, we have to make that saving. It's simply not a way of looking at this issue.
OK. Mark Ormston, Charles Amos, thank you both very much indeed. In response, Durham's County Council's strategic traffic manager, Dave Lewin, maintained an inability to fill vacant posts has meant it's not viable to retain them. He says removing them will also release funding that can be used elsewhere. These posts have been vacant for a prolonged period of time without incident.
I loved having Lollipop Lady at school.
Yeah, I
One of my
did.
nicest memories of walking to primary school, which we did every single day, come rain or shine, and the lovely Lollipop Lady and her smile in the morning, which was such a nice part of the day. It's a good memory of being a young child going to school.
I think it's more than just the
Community,
basic
isn't it?
job.
It's community.
I mean, Lee's been in touch saying my mate lost his daughter on the day the Lollipop Lady had a day off from work, so yes, they are vital. Knowing my kids and others are crossing the road safely on the way to school is worth my tax.
Yeah, and so many parents would feel the same way. Marie says the crossing lady near me earns every penny. The road they patrol has a blind side, so children cannot see oncoming traffic. They wait until they're told to cross by the Lollipop Lady.
Colin says, what value in money terms is a child's life? Well, according to Charles, 2.7 million. You're not buying into this at all. I mean, this is a reform council, as we say, that's looking at doing this. Yeah, it's not going down very well with you.
Yeah, lots of you getting in touch. Do keep those views coming in, gbnews.com/yoursay. We do love to hear from you. Lots of ways to get in touch. You can do just that by becoming a friend of GB News for free. Here's how.
Join the community and be part of our shows by becoming a friend of GB News. Get a direct line to join the conversations that you hear us talking about every day in our programmes by commenting on Your Say and voting in You Decide polls. Access opinion, analysis and behind-the-scenes videos as we share more from the stories that you see on TV and radio. Plus, watch our shows live and on catch-up anywhere, anytime. If you love our channel, become a friend of GB News for free by scanning the QR code or going to gbnews.com/friend. Don't just watch our programmes, come and be a part of them.
Another view from Tessie, who says, I'm absolutely astounded by the argument that man just put up about getting rid of Lollipop Ladies. I think they serve such a vital purpose in saving the lives of children and educating very young children on how to cross the road safely. In my opinion, we should have more Lollipop Ladies in this country.
Yeah, I agree. And men.
And men.
Lollipop men.
Lollipop people.
I think Lollipop people. I have to say, I think they do a vital job, and I agree with whoever messaged earlier and said it's worth paying your taxes for.
Absolutely.
That's the sort of thing you want to pay your taxes for. They only earn about £500 a month.
What is that? Oh.
Yeah, so they're earning, 125 quid a week.
Gold, then.
I think so. I've got to be honest.
Well, it's got you going this morning. Do keep those views coming in.
Right, don't go anywhere though, because we've got Paul Cott here with all the sport for you in just a moment.
Thank you, Britain, for making us the fastest growing news website in the nation. Because the truth matters, and so do you.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. On the M90 Friarton Bridge, high winds are impacting driving conditions, so caution is advised. Similarly, the A55 Britannia Bridge is experiencing high winds, which will persist until further notice. In Cambridgeshire, the M11 southbound exit slip at junction 10 has lane closures due to a road traffic collision, expected to clear between 9 and 9:15 this morning. And on the trains, Greater Anglia services to and from Hertford East are suspended, while London Overground is experiencing disruption in the Barking area. For more travel news, stay up to date at gbnews.com.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions. But every Friday night at 9 p.m, you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
No,
isn't it?
no,
Because the failure is...
You're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back,
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
and we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
5 hosts, 5 opinions, 5 fearless debates, 5 unfiltered takes on the day's news.
5 reasons not to be anywhere else on Saturday night.
This is the Saturday 5. You got me. You got me good there. Britain's biggest Saturday night TV show. It's not a bad brand. Yeah. Uncensored.
Very, very, very easy tonight.
On the unpredictable.
What does she say? Can you translate it for us?
And always entertaining.
And how can a country go from being led by William Wallace Saturday nights from 6 p.m. only on GB News, the People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
You're going to want to stay tuned, trust me.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m. only on GB News.
Help your mics up when you do that.
I'd love that. I'd love we have a compilation of some of your singing.
Yes, I'm always singing in the breaks. Anyway, it's sports time. Paul Coates here with us.
Hello, Ashes. Can we do a little
yes,
Ashes?
Yes, how's it looking?
Day 3 is now over, and it looks like that day 4 will be the day that Australia win the Ashes.
Oh.
That's going to be the day. They're in control, 271 for 4. They're 356 runs ahead with 6 wickets, and that's it. That's all I can really tell you.
Okay.
You know, Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer batted quite well at the start, which was actually last night because it goes through the night, and then it finished 7 o'clock this morning. So Australia are most definitely in control. They will bat for as long as they probably want to, put England in, and then we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's it. That's how we're looking, and then it will continue tomorrow, and I think that will be the end of it tomorrow.
Right.
Although there'll be 2 more matches.
Sports.
Yes.
Personality of the year.
Yes. Sports Personality of the Year. Rory McIlroy won, and I think I'm not going to do the old told you so, but I did tell you so.
You
did. Yeah, you did.
We wanted Luke Littler.
Yeah, I know you did.
We like him.
Orlando Norris.
Orlando Norris. Well, Lando came 3rd. Ellie Killdunn, the rugby player, came 2nd. It was interesting, actually. I'm glad she did come 2nd.
Yeah,
you can never really work out how the votes are going to go.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because they showed a very nice story of her and a little video in between during the awards. So maybe people thought, oh, yes, I like that, and then voted for her and then jumped on that. I don't know. But anyway, Rory McIlroy, because he won the Masters, which means he won all the Grand Slam events, so which is amazing, all the majors. So he did that, and also with the Ryder Cup as well. So he was the Sports Personality of the Year. He gave a lovely speech. You know, I know you're not sure, but I like Rory. I do like Rory, and I think he comes over a decent guy. I also like the way he had a go at some of the fans, the American fans.
Yes, I liked him.
And he just gave it back to them, and nobody complained. And I thought, yeah, great. And so Rory was the winner, so congrats to Rory McIlroy. And the other ones were, there was Luke Littler, who was on like a video link. So that might not have helped him if he turned up. Maybe. I don't know. Team Europe, who won the Ryder Cup, they won the Team of the Year. Lifetime Achievement Award was Thierry Henry. Coach of the Year, Serena Wiegman. World Sports Star, Armand Duplantis, who is the amazing pole vaulter. That's me putting the pole in, but I won't be able to do the bit afterwards. And Michelle Aguiman won the Young Sports Person of the Year as well for playing.
Can we talk a bit of betting?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a betting man because I don't like the house always wins.
Yes.
So I don't like...
I love it when people say that. They go, I'm not a betting man. Well, actually, I am a betting man, but that's not the point. But I know you're not a betting man. But you're right, the house does always win.
The house always wins, and I'm a tight northerner.
Every now and again, one will come up, and it is the longest-priced winner in UK racing history, won at Exeter yesterday. A 5-year-old horse by the name of Blowers, who ironically is named after Henry Blofeld, the legendary cricket commentator.
Right.
Henry Blofeld. So there we are, and there's Blowers. Now, Blowers is named after Henry Blofeld and 300 to 1.
Whoa,
it came in. 300 to 1, but the thing is, it's always one of those ones where you think, God, if only I put a tenner on that horse.
Yeah, I said 10 quid on that.
But
lovely.
there was probably more chance that Henry Blofeld himself, who's probably in his 80s or 90s, would have run that race than the horse itself. But Blowers, 300 to 1, and that is the biggest, longest
Can you imagine? Whoever had money on that, can you imagine?
I know. But
Which is probably just the people who knew the horse.
Yeah.
Exactly, and can you imagine how much they'd lost over the years?
Yeah.
Or maybe there's only 300 to 1 for a reason.
Good on him.
Yeah,
but isn't that great? 300 to
Yeah.
1. I think the biggest, longest ever one was 250 to 1, 300 to 1.
This one, I wish she had a time machine. We could all go back to yesterday and
I know, wouldn't you?
Lots of money on Blowers.
Yeah, Stephen would still only put a fiver on it, anyway. Just in case. You go back and go, oh, you never know.
Yeah.
With this time machine, you never know what's going to happen.
No, don't trust it.
Right, I got one more for you. Do you want to see these shoes?
Yeah, go on.
Kobe Bryant, the late basketball player, one of the greatest basketball players ever. Now, these sneakers, we love an auction, don't we? Love a sports auction. Have a look at these sneakers and you can tell me how much you think they'll go for. They're Kobe 6 Grinch sneakers from December the 25th, 2010. He was worn them once. It didn't match the kit of what he was wearing, so they were only ever worn once when he played. They call this one of the great sneaker moments in history. You got any great sneaker moments yourself?
I think they're really ugly.
No.
But it doesn't matter, because they're unique, presumably, are they?
They are. Well, I think they produced them, but they are his. So obviously he died a few years ago, so obviously it's going to push the price because they're signed there. These sneakers. There's the picture of him wearing them. How much? What do you reckon? How much do you reckon the estimated? It's for the pair.
It will be millions.
I'd sell them separately.
Millions.
Oh, you could sell them separately. Yeah.
Dollars? What do you reckon?
Oh,
$5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah, something. Yeah, God, that's still a lot of money for them.
It is. I know you wouldn't pay. What do you pay? £5 for them?
You'd maybe go a couple of.
Stephen would be saying they've already been worn.
They'd all been worn. A couple of 100,000.
$10 million estimated. Probably will go more than that.
We'll go for more than that.
Would you wear them?
Wow.
Can you imagine wearing them out once?
Well, you couldn't wear them, could you? You'd put them in a nice glass cabinet somewhere.
Don't you step on my shoes.
Wow.
$10 million.
They're so ugly.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, though, does it?
They're called the Grinch sneakers.
That's right. Yeah. Because of Christmas and because they're green.
Well, they're timely, seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Lovely. You better start saving if you want them.
Well, if only I'd had a few quid on that horse.
Well, you might have done it.
Which, when the time machine works... I'll have 20 quid on it.
You'll be
just
laughing.
to be on the safe side.
You come in your sneakers.
In my green sneakers, and Ellie saying, look at the state of those shoes. And I'm thinking I look fantastic. Yeah.
Thanks, Goity.
Right, still to come. John Lewis has sparked a debate online after posting a Christmas advert that has divided public opinion.
Alison and James are here, bringing you all the details on that and much more next. Morning, you two. Chat to you in just a second.
First, if you want to see what the weather's like around Europe, here's the forecast.
Can't wait to get in that sea.
Lovely and warm.
Just like the feeling of having great travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
If you're contemplating a trip overseas at the moment, it is dry at first this weekend for many places, but low pressure will develop and it will bring increasingly heavy rain to many by the end of the weekend. We do have some rain to talk about. Parts of the south of Greece, southern Italy seeing that rain at first. Drier for the rest of Italy, dry for much of Iberia, but in between weather systems, a front pushing some rain into Portugal later. And then a developing area of low pressure will turn things increasingly wet across Italy and Greece.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m. only on GB News.
This is GB News, Britain's news channel.
Samantha, Jeffrey, thank you for your time tonight on The Late Show Live. Really appreciate it. This is a story that, amongst all the stories of wars and murders and crime and so on, at least it's given us a laugh and at least the raccoon is okay. Just explain to us, if you can, Samantha, exactly what happened. Where was the raccoon found? Where is he now? Who found him and so on?
Yeah, so the store manager went to open up the ABC store here in Ashland, Virginia, and discovered a bunch of broken bottles in the back room. Upon further investigation, he was also located a raccoon that was passed out in one of the bathrooms. He had locked himself in the bathroom, and that's when the store manager called us to get him.
So first things first, how on earth did he end up in the store? How did he get in there?
So he fell through the ceiling. So he went through a ceiling tile and took out the wiring for the video camera as he was falling down. So we don't have a whole lot to go off of, just what the evidence that we encountered when we got to the scene of the crime.
So he fell through the ceiling, and I guess he landed on, because there's pictures here we've got of bottles of, I think it's whiskey, just strewn all over the store. So he must have fallen through the ceiling onto the shelves, smashed all the bottles, and then I guess from there thought it was going to be a great idea to, lap up all the alcohol on the floor?
I guess so. He just decided to have a party.
And who found him?
The store manager.
And what was their reaction? Have you spoken to them? What were their first sort of comments to you when I guess they called you to report the raccoon passed out in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, they were a little bit distraught. They didn't know how to get him out. They obviously did not want to pick him up themselves. So that's why they called us for assistance.
GB News, the People's Channel.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Only on GB News.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversation.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pierce.
And me, Miriam Cates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
Welcome back. We're going through the papers in the company of James Rampton and Alison Cork this morning. Morning, you two.
Hello.
Morning. James, let's start with Tom Skinner.
Well, how can we not start with Tom Skinner? He makes himself front and centre every time. This extraordinary story that he's threatening to sue the BBC because he claims that he has evidence that the corporation deliberately understated his public vote because of unfavourable press coverage. Now, I do think this is bizarre because many viewers said they were completely traumatised by his performance. Did you see him in that Baker foil kind of jerkin that he wore? I mean, that image I'm never going to unsee. He looked like an elephant with gout when he danced.
I mean, could it be he's just not very good at dancing?
I think it could well be that.
Very simple.
I think he's also angry because after he'd signed up for the show, guess what? The tabloids investigated his private life and they discovered that he'd had an affair soon after his wedding. That may be what he's really annoyed about. Who knows? But, you know, if you go on a big show like that, you have to expect the attention. Yeah. And I think it wasn't the sort of attention that he wanted, and he may be in a bit of a huff about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an example of, you know, when you put your head above the parapet, you must expect to be shot at. So it's a little bit naive of him to say, well, it's not fair, you're picking on that information about my life, can we focus on that?
Yeah.
And also it strikes me that he's a little bit publicity desperate. You know, he's jumping on this lawsuit bandwagon because he's got nothing else, because he's been voted off and he's just not a very good dancer. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I would say.
Well, the BBC has told GB News that Strictly Come Dancing's public vote is robust and independently overseen and verified to ensure complete accuracy.
There you go. Alison, John Lewis, how have they sparked fury over an advert?
Well, on this occasion, I think, look, adverts are there to create awareness, to create sales. They're marketing vehicles. And so in that spirit, they've succeeded because everybody's talking about it. And I think that, you know, this aspect of, you know, a frying pan, it's kind of a time-honoured joke.
Right, well, I haven't seen this, so I think, have we got a clip? Let's have a look.
We need to do something really nice for Mama because she's so kind to us.
Open your eyes! Frying pan!
You know we need a frying pan.
We do, don't we?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I take this in the right spirit. It's in.
I think it's quite sweet,
it's
really.
It's quite sweet. It's the same vein as, you know, giving a woman a vacuum cleaner. I live in a house of boys. I'm the only girl. They tease me mercilessly, but I know that they respect and love me, and it's all fine. And I just think that they've actually succeeded in their goal of creating a talking point, because here we are on live telly doing just that.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, well, I live in a house full of girls, and if I gave one of my girls a frying pan, it would be very swiftly used as a weapon against me.
Well, yeah,
like Tom and Jerry.
But if you did, yes. But I think the nice thing with this is, and we've all been in that situation, haven't we? When it's just you say, what should you get, Mummy? Oh, what about a frying pan? Because he sees Mum with the frying pan. And so if the child thinks it's a nice thing for Mummy, then it's a nice thing for Mum.
Yeah, I mean, I go with the person online who said, Mummy doesn't want a frying pan, she wants a divorce. And I would agree with that.
Or diamonds.
Or diamonds, a girl's best friend.
Yeah, you can never go wrong.
I would say, in defence, as a woman who adores cooking, you cannot be a good non-stick frying pan. So there you go.
True.
I would not be against it.
Particularly if you want a weapon to use against your husband. I'm not suggesting you should do that, by the way. Not condoning that at all.
Well, talking of Christmas things, James, The Times says we're buying more sauces.
Yes, apparently, you know, in the past we would have a bottle of whiskey or champagne under the tree. Now what we want is a bottle of extra virgin olive oil. And goodness me, there's something called condiment bragging that's happening on social media, where people are... well, exactly. There's certain websites you don't want to go to for that. But there's a very particular area where people are showing off the way in which they've arranged their condiments, and particularly they put the expensive ones in the front. If you do have £21.99 to spare, you can buy Kim Kardashian's truff sauce, and that's not an eau de cologne or a perfume. That is truffle sauce. That seems a heck of a lot.
£22
for it is the same as a bottle of champagne, because it's the same price.
Yeah,
you know.
And probably, you know, it's great that she's such a good businesswoman, and you know, I know she's spun off in all sorts of different ways, but I think she's seen us coming with that, hasn't she?
Yeah,
£22.
Look, frankly, this. I mean, I'm not saying this isn't happening, but I think this is happening in some households in the UK which aren't representative of most households in the UK. Saying that, I did buy some sauce yesterday.
Oh, what'd you buy?
I popped on the way back to the car. I popped into M&S and bought some salad cream.
Oh,
see, salad cream.
Don't like salad
That's
cream.
what normal people buy. Not.
Was it made by Kim Kardashian?
It wasn't. No.
Was it £22?
It wasn't £22.
Yeah. Although I will say, olive oil has got so expensive, I can see how that's now become a gift.
Yeah.
I'd actually be quite pleased to receive a nice...
With your
bottle of
frying
oil.
pan, obviously.
All right, before we run out of time, let's remind ourselves, should we, of this classic Coldplay moment?
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
Oh, yes. Anyway, that particular lady, Kristin Cabot, Alison, is fighting back. That moment ruined her life.
Well, OK, so it's been a fair while now, several months, between it happening and her version of the story coming out. So I think that's curious in itself, that it's taken them that long to sort of decide.
Well, she's had to get the divorce through first. No, she has. I mean, she has.
They're both now divorced,
She's got custody of the frying pans.
But also, if what she said is true, that they were separated at the time and actually, you know, they all knew they were separated, why was their reaction on camera so extreme? I mean, it doesn't quite add up to me.
And they weren't having an affair. They were just a bit...
Having a cuddle.
Just having a cuddle. No,
although they were
with
separated. And again, you know, if you go into a public place like that and you are clearly able to be seen, you are effectively putting your head above the parapet, what do you expect?
That was one of the most viewed videos of all time.
Gosh.
Do you remember? It went viral for about a week.
I mean, when I read the
no,
news...
we're out of time, Alison.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
It's me asking questions, sorry.
Yeah, it's her fault.
My fault.
All right, we'll see you both later.
See you later.
It's weather.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing 1 or 2 through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The showers heavy enough to give thunder, even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still 1 or 2. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. 1 or 2 showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in 1 or 2 sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, and an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Thank you, Britain, for helping us reach 8 million followers across social media. Thank you for making us a part of your daily life.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. On the M90 southbound, a broken-down vehicle causes restrictions at Junction 2A. Travellers on the A4232 northbound face congestion between St Fagans and M4 Junction 33 at Capel Lanilturn. In Wakefield, 1 of 4 lanes on the M1 northbound is closed due to a broken-down vehicle between Junction 39 and Junction 40. On the M3 westbound in Surrey, expect delays as 1 of 4 lanes is closed due to a disabled vehicle between Junction 3 and Junction 4. And on the trains, Greater Anglia reports no trains to or from Hertford East, while London Overground is experiencing disruptions in Barking area. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
It's the greatest cash prize of the Great British Giveaway so far. A simply stunning £85,000 in tax-free cash to spend on anything you like, making 2026 your greatest year to date. That could get you that brand new car, extend and improve your home, take you away on that bucket list holiday, or just give you some peace of mind over the coming months. For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus 1 standard network rate message, or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus 1 standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, you didn't say that, though.
I'm so surprised.
I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
In the
GB Newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
All too often, people will be sitting at home watching a press conference live, and they'll hear loads of questions being asked, and they'll be thinking, that's not my question. That's not my concern.
We don't care whose feathers we ruffle. We ask the questions that you want answering.
You're all standing on the street protesting and wanted to have an open discussion.
My name's Patrick Christie's. I do a show for GB News in the UK. Is it possible to talk to you quickly?
Journalism in this country has been a cosy world full of groupthink until now.
Well, this is the best view ever of Whitehall, looking out across all the tractor drivers of England who've come together to make their point.
Hello, so as you can see, I'm here in Westminster as the protest begins.
Yes, I'm very much in the thick of it.
Look, we're challenging narratives here at GB News, and that's what sets us apart.
Good morning. Next May's local elections could be delayed for 10 million more voters.
The government offers over 60 councils the chance to suspend elections until 2027.
But with reform surging in the polls and the Prime Minister's leadership, possibly going to be challenged next year, is Farage right to accuse the government of turning Britain into a banana republic?
More photos are released from the Epstein files with prominent figures pictured, including Bill Gates.
The great Christmas getaway begins today. Millions of people getting on the roads, the rails and the planes.
It's last orders for some pubs as landlords warn rising costs could lead to record closures. But will the festive season provide a much-needed boost for local British businesses?
And Strictly's Thomas Skinner is suing the BBC, accusing it of rigging the voting system to boot him off the show.
Eurovision winner Dana celebrates her Christmas classic. It's going to be a cold, cold Christmas with a new recording of the festive tune.
In sport this morning, unless something remarkable happens, it looks like Australia will win the Ashes tomorrow. At close of play this morning on day 3, Australia are 356 runs ahead with 6 wickets in hand. Sorry to bring that to you. The weigh-in takes place for the biggest boxing mismatch between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul tonight. Rory McIlroy has won Sports Personality of the Year.
It's a brighter day today for many of us, albeit with still some blustery showers around. I'll have the full roundup of the weather coming up soon.
It's just gone 8 o'clock. Just gone 8 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello and this is GB News Breakfast. Now, this may be quite useful news.
Oh, really?
For people who do shifts like us. And
shift workers.
Have to be up super duper early in the morning, so about 3 o'clock in the morning. You have to go to bed at silly times in the evening, don't you? You have to go to bed at about 6, 7 o'clock at night. So the trick is, according to scientists, shower in the dark before you go to bed. Makes you super duper sleepy.
I won't find the towel, I'll have an accident, it'll be a disaster.
Well, actually, they just say dim lighting, to be fair. But as dark as you can make it, and it makes your body feel like it's...
Shower before you go to bed. I don't do that.
Oh, no, I do that.
Oh,
do you?
Yeah.
You do shower in the morning as well, though, right? Do you not?
No.
Don't you, Stephen?
No, I shower before I go to bed. Then I don't have to worry about it in the morning.
Oh, really? I'm not sure
That's why I smell so fragrant, Paul.
Yes.
Apparently, it helps with the sleep quality. This is a sleep medicine consultant, that is such a thing, who says it's the combination of warm water and dim lighting conditions that helps the body release the hormone for sleep, melatonin.
Right.
So I might give that a go.
What about I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, I'm absolutely exhausted, I don't need the warm shower because I'm going to be out like a light.
Well, you might be fine, but don't you sometimes find you go to bed at the right time and then you're just lying there?
Yeah.
Like I was last night.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, for 2 hours.
So how much sleep have you had then?
Well, I think I
Not
probably
enough.
got to sleep at about 10, so what's that, 5 hours? Not enough is the answer.
No, right. Okay.
Not enough.
Yeah, you see,
So,
I stupidly had quite a stressful day yesterday, and so I thought I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
So I took a pill.
Oh, did you?
Just an over-the-counter pill. But that unfortunately means I woke up this morning feeling
bit groggy. A bit groggy.
oh dear, so
Anyway.
all in a bad way today. But
I'll tell you who should be perky and ready and roaring to go.
Who's that?
This morning. That's the Shadow Secretary for Housing, Communities and Local Government, James Cleverly, who hopefully is standing by, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, we're all right. It's nice to see you this morning. Can we talk about local elections? Because, I mean, we've been talking about local elections for a long time now, because we are expecting May to be significant politically, and now we're hearing that at least 60 councils are going to be given the option to delay those elections again. What do you make of it?
Well, the Conservatives we've made it clear, and I've made it clear long before this announcement, that we should not be cancelling elections. Elections are the foundation stone of democracy, and we absolutely should not be cancelling elections. What we've seen is the Labour government, both arrogant and naive and cocky, thinking they can completely restructure English local government all in one go, scrapping police and crime commissioners, introducing mayors, getting rid of district councils, merging them with county councils, doing it all in one go. And of course, they've bitten off far too much. And what we now see in the opinion polls is that they are almost certainly going to have a really, really difficult night in those elections. And they've used their ineptitude as an excuse to hide from the voters. And it stinks, and we are completely against it.
So you're going to be instructing your council leaders to allow elections to go ahead, because a number of these areas that we are talking about are Tory-controlled. It's Norfolk, it's Suffolk, it's Essex. I mean, it would be in their interest, potentially, to hang on until 2027.
Well, I've spoken to a number of the local government leaders, the Conservative local government leaders, and the message I'm getting back over and over again, including Essex, including a number on the list that you've given, is that they have no intention of cancelling or delaying next year's elections. Now, the message that I've put out, the message that Kemi's put out, and the conversations that I have had and will have with our local government leaders will be consistent. British people deserve the right to choose those who make decisions on their behalf. That is the foundation stone of democracy. That is what we'll be pushing for, and that is the message I'll put out to political leaders of all persuasions. This is Labour running scared. We haven't asked for this. They are the ones that are pushing this, and they're basically trying to shift the blame onto local government leaders for their own arrogance and ineptitude.
Is there any credibility at all to the argument that they make that this is necessary, that this it would be a complete waste of taxpayers' money to hold the elections in May when there's going to be some reshuffling around in the year or two to follow? Does that hold any water at all?
Well, they weren't saying that 2 weeks ago. Since the first announcement of delayed elections earlier this year, we kept asking over and over again, are you going to make sure that the 26 elections go ahead? Are you going to do? And as recently as 2 weeks ago, the message from ministers was, yes, these elections are definitely going ahead. And then suddenly, out of the blue, they say, oh, well, actually, we can cancel these elections. And there is nothing meaningful that's changed over the last 2 weeks, other than the slow realisation by number 10 that they are going to have a really, really tough set of elections. And the point is, just because you are going to have a tough set of elections, that is no excuse to cancel them. We went into the last general election knowing that we were going to have a bad night. But that's the nature of democracy. You have to take the rough with the smooth. You have to take the defeats as well as the victories. Labour are undermining one of the most fundamental tenets of democracy, and that is elections.
All right, well, let's be very clear then. If at any point, and I know this is hypothetical, but if any of those councils affected by this that are led by the Conservatives, if they turn round and accept this and decide to postpone, what will you do?
Well, look, I don't know the individual circumstances of these councils. As I say, one of the problems is that the Labour government has been trying to ram through massive changes, pushing costs onto local government. And the reason this is particularly pernicious is because earlier this week, in fact, a couple of days ago, the Labour government announced a complete restructure of local government finances, stripping money away from typically Conservative-held rural councils and giving them to Labour-held urban councils. So they are really putting councils into a vice, squeezing them in both directions. Now, as I say, we want these elections to go ahead. That's what we're saying to all our local government leaders. And if council leaders come to me and say, look, we are really stuffed here because of this combination of events, of course I will listen to that, but our position is clear. We want these elections to go ahead.
What do you make of this plan to give boys as young as 11 misogyny lessons in school as part of the plan to halve violence against women and girls in the next decade? Do you support that plan? Do you think it's the right course of action to tackle this problem?
Well, all children should be taught about appropriate behaviour, and that's just true of boys and girls. It's important to teach kids that bullying is unacceptable, that sexism, racism is unacceptable. We've done that for a long time. I can't help but think that this is driven by one amazing television programme rather than the actual numbers, because the simple truth, as Kemi highlighted, one of the bigger problems that we have is where we have communities that have failed to integrate and where we have teachers and others who fail to take action. I think, for example, of the terrible case of Sarah Sharif, a 10-year-old girl who was tortured to death in Surrey. Her teachers could see that she was coming to school with bruises. She started wearing a hijab. They were too scared to ask her about that because they were worried that it would be taken as racist if they asked her about her injuries. Let's deal with that situation first, rather than building policy around drama. As good as that drama was, that is actually not, statistically speaking, the bigger pool of problems.
OK. It's James Cleverly, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, listening across to that was news editor at the Press Association, Theo Usherwood. Morning to you, Theo. What did you make of what James Cleverly had to say there?
Well, I was listening to the questions and I thought, aha, he's going to do what we were talking about in the previous couple of hours, and if a Conservative council decides that actually they too would like to put off these local elections, he's going to tell them that's completely unacceptable and that these local elections must go ahead in those areas. We're talking about, and I was looking at the Daily Mail and they had a breakdown. There are around 11 councils controlled by the Tories which are going to see their elections potentially delayed. But then when you pressed him on it, he said, well, they've had their money stripped away, they might be right up against it, and there may be some individual circumstances where actually they do need to delay these elections. I think, from a Conservative point of view, if they want to hold the same line and price match Reform UK in terms of being able to say this is democracy denied, they're going to have to be able to in those areas, in those 11 councils which they control, they're going to have to be able to say, we're happy for these local elections to go ahead and make it a Labour problem. Because
But he very nearly did that.
He did that at the beginning. And then you pressed him on it, and then he pulled back.
He pulled back slightly, so they would have this conversation, but then said, the line is, we want these elections to go ahead. So he's saying he wouldn't necessarily force them. I don't know legally if he can force them.
No, it would be a decision from the council, but I think you would think that Tory High Command can tell the local councils what they should and shouldn't be doing. And I think that if they want to be... this is a story that's going to run, potentially. This is a big... And it's an important story. Democracy, and I do agree with James Cleverly, and I think most people would agree with James Cleverly on this one. Democracy is served through elections. And he made a very neat point when he said, the Tories knew it was going to be a bad night before the general election, and the general election went ahead. And I think that's a fair... That's something that I don't think anyone could disagree with. But in order to be able for the Tories to put the same amount of pressure on Labour as Reform, they're going to have to be able to. Tory High Command is going to be able to have to say to those councils, we know what's going to. We know that you may well lose seats. We know that you may well lose control of the council, but you're just going to have to suck it up and go ahead because that's it's democracy, but also we want to be able to, price match Reform in our attacks on Labour and make this a Labour problem.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see on that one. All right, Theo, for now, thank you.
Thank you. Now, at 14 minutes past 8, let's get a check on some other stories coming into the newsroom this morning.
Well, some breaking news overnight as European Union leaders have struck a deal to give Ukraine a €90 billion loan after failing to agree on using frozen Russian assets. Leaders say the agreement would meet Ukraine's military and economic needs for the next 2 years. They won't have to pay it back until Russia pays reparations.
The suspect in the deadly shooting at Brown University in the US has been found dead. The 48-year-old, who's a former PhD physics student, was also linked to the killing of a professor near Boston 2 days after Saturday's attack, which left 2 students dead and 9 others injured.
And the Conservative MP Geoffrey Cox has told our political editor that Reform UK lacks the discipline needed to succeed. He acknowledged voters have been let down by the Conservatives, but he said Kemi Badenoch is getting the party back on track.
And unless the Conservative Party, with its historic mission, its historic discipline, with its coherence that is born of the ancient traditions that it has, the great men and women who've served it, unless the Conservative Party develops the mission that will change this country, no other party will do it.
Reform thinks it can, Geoffrey.
Reform will implode on the first contact with reality like a bubble blown from a child's wand. It simply won't be able to maintain the discipline and coherence that will be required to fulfill this mission. I respect a lot of those in it. I like a lot of them, but you need regimental tradition, Chopper, to be able to face the enemy in the trenches.
Well, that episode is out today. And just a reminder that you can get Chopper's Political Podcast wherever you usually get your podcasts, with new episodes released every Friday.
Right, it is 16 minutes past 8 and it's time to have a look at the weather with Aidan McGivern.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing 1 or 2 through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The showers heavy enough to give thunder or even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still 1 or 2. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. 1 or 2 showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in 1 or 2 sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, And an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Box Boiler sponsors the weather on GB News.
Right, still to come for you. In just a moment, we're going to be talking to Eurovision legend Dana. 50 years since her Christmas song hit the charts. Got to number 4, I think, here in the UK. 50 years ago. Anyway, she's re-recorded it. We'll play you a bit in a moment.
Westminster, the ultimate clique. And you're fighting like rats in a sack. But here on the Camilla Tominey Show, we ask the questions the establishment media is too scared to ask. OK, let me ask you a straight question, because I know you're a straight-talking politician. Whether it's net zero, illegal immigration or law and order, nothing is off-limits. You had the power then.
Yeah, as I
and
say,
now you've lost it. That's the Camilla Tominey Show, a politics show that's fearless. But no, let me finish my question if you don't mind, because it is my show. Sundays at 9:30, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Sir Jacob Rees-Mogg's State of the Nation, Monday to Thursday from 8 p.m.
The National Trust has come under fire after declining a Catholic filmmaker's request to shoot a documentary at St Cuthbert's Cave in Northumberland. St Cuthbert's Cave was a crucial location for the film, as it's traditionally believed to be where the saint's body rested in 875 before he was moved to Durham, where it remains today. The Trust justified its decision by citing the project's religious affiliation, sparking accusations that the heritage charity has breached equality laws and is engaging in illegal religious discrimination. Well, I'm joined now by the filmmaker at the centre of the story, Christian Holden. Christian, thank you for coming in. So, first of all, tell me about St Cuthbert. Why do we mind about St Cuthbert?
Well, St Cuthbert, this historical figure, this great figure of the northeast of England and the Scottish borders area, was renowned for his physical prowess, for his great night vigils. I approached the National Trust to ask permission to film there, and the initial response I had from them by email was that they didn't host any filming of a religious or political nature. I made a phone call to that particular person and explained more about what we hope to do, and that aside from its religious storyline, there's also historical value to it, cultural.
And so you were making the case that St Cuthbert was a cultural icon as well as a religious icon in the northeast of England, a very important political as well as religious figure in the consolidation of Christianity in the northeast.
It's such a critical part of our culture and our heritage, particularly in that area as well. So I was bewildered to be refused to visit and film this site of such importance on the basis of essentially being a Christian filmmaker.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun. No, he didn't say that, Dave.
I'm so surprised. I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Welcome back to Breakfast. It's 8:22. Just time to tell you about the Great British Giveaway, because it's a goodie, isn't it?
Oh, it's a whopper.
£85,000 in tax-free cash. And we're very jealous because Hayley Sparks has been on a magical trip to Lapland to tell you all about it.
This Christmas, we're giving you the chance to win our biggest cash prize of the year. An incredible £85,000 in tax-free cash could be yours. Cash to make your new year the best yet. And we've come to the fabulously festive Aurora Collection Resort here in Lapland to celebrate. Imagine what next year could look like for you with a whopping £85,000 in the bank. You could find yourself on the adventure of a lifetime, or just safe in the knowledge that next year is on us. £85,000 of tax-free cash really could be yours. Go on, give it a go, and Merry Christmas! shares.
For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. The winner may be contacted live on GB News, week commencing the 9th of February 2026. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Now, best of luck to you on that. It is 8:24. We've got a real treat, because can you believe it is 50 years since Eurovision winner Dana released her festive favourite, It's Going to Be a Cold, Cold Christmas. And to celebrate, she's releasing a new version. Have a listen.
It's gonna be a cold, cold Christmas without you. Dreaming of those warm.
Well, Dana joins us now as we sway along. It's really lovely to talk to you, Dana. What's it like re-recording something? Because we're seeing it with sort of the old pictures, the 50-year-old pictures of you. Does it take you back to that time in 75?
Oh, of course it does, and I have very vivid memories of it. And in fact, I couldn't reimagine it because, of course, 50 years of a song, it's hard to reimagine it. But it was our son, Robert, who said, you know, don't let this anniversary pass without reimagining it as you are today. So really, he ran with it. I said, you go with it if you hear it. And I'm very happy with the results.
It's quite something. 50 years. And I was thinking then it must be, 55 years or thereabouts since you won Eurovision?
Yes, it is. And it's, it just sounds so unimaginable to me when you say 55 years. I'm not sure if either of you were on the earth.
Well, no, 55 years. I wasn't just.
No, not yet.
I was just about a glint in my daddy's eye 55 years ago. But it's remarkable because it's a remarkable amount of time. I mean, you know showbiz better than any of us. But to still be such a recognisable face and name after all that time is quite something.
Well, it is. And at the time, as you know, Eurovision One Hit Wonders was the kind of label that was put on anyone who won it, except for big stars who were already established, which I wasn't. And it was a little song called Who Put the Lights Out that ensured that I wasn't a one-hit wonder, because when I passed on the award, it was in the charts all over Europe and in England. And I'm very grateful to I don't call them fans, I call them friends, who've been so supportive, through the years, and they're still with me, and I love that.
And Dana, you were the first person to win for Ireland as well. What was that like for you?
It was a shock. I think it took me 6 months to realise it. And of course, I was born in London, so I have relatives all throughout England and the UK. And I've Scottish roots. So, coming from the north and representing the whole country, it was a great honour. But I don't think anyone expected that I would win. So, I'm very grateful for that. And people still tell me when I meet them who they were with and their memories of the day. And I actually get little ones, like 10-year-olds, who say, I saw you winning Eurovision. Of course, they watch YouTube, so I don't burst that bubble.
No, don't burst the bubble. Mind you, the Eurovision bubble is sort of bursting a little bit, isn't it, at the moment? Because it was, certainly it was always this sort of wonderfully innocent competition, wasn't it? And and it's created artists that we've remembered for decades and decades. It's got also controversial at the moment.
Yes, and I think the EBU is struggling to keep it a space as it was set up, a space where people could come together. It was set up after the Second World War, a space where people could come together and get to know each other in a non-political space. And people are struggling in different countries to really show their abhorrence at what began with the killing of innocents and continues with the killing of innocents. And I was just thinking this morning, you know, it was a little carol called Silent Night that actually brought war to a halt in 1914, an iconic moment. And I really hope that music can continue to be a space where people can come together, can meet.
So should we, rather than countries pull out of Eurovision, as they have been doing, including Ireland, I think, for next year, would it be better? Would you encourage people to say, just everyone get in the room and take this away from politics?
Well, I think there's only a couple of spaces left where it is possible to make that happen. One is sport, one is culture. And maybe it's a time for Eurovision itself to reflect on where it has been heading and what it has been doing. And maybe it's time for maybe a new beginning. And at the same time, I know that people are heartbroken at what's happening there. As I say, something that began with the killing of innocents and continues with the killing of innocents. So we just hope and pray this Christmas that there will be peace.
Oh, well, Dana, it's been so wonderful to speak to you this morning.
And
Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with the release of the new festive hit, we hope.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you. And if anyone wants to see the video, they can go to danaofficial.com.
Right.
I had to learn how to say that. My son told me I have to say that.
Is he there
Very
prompting
handy.
you? No, very good. That's the way to do it, Dana. A real joy. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you. Happy Christmas.
Yeah,
Happy
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas to you.
What a lovely
What a lovely
lady.
lady. I could listen to her all day.
Oh, that Irish lilt, I know.
Isn't it lovely?
She makes some very good points.
She does.
I think.
Yes.
She's a very wise woman.
She is. I was just about to say wise is the word, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, let us know what you thought of that. gbnews.com/yoursay.
Yes. Right, still to come, we've got all the sport with Paul. He might have a few birthdays for us, including Mbappe, who's celebrating his birthday today. Guess how old he is? We don't know, but we'll find out in a moment.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. The A470 southbound from Nantgar to Corriton is congested. In Kent, the A2 eastbound between the junctions with the A20018 and the M25 is impacted by a vehicle fire, closing 2 of 3 lanes. Additionally, the A9 to Tay Road Bridge is closed to double-deck vehicles and has a speed restriction of 30 miles per hour due to high winds affecting driving conditions. And on the trains, the Great Western Railway has no services running between St Erth and St Ives, while Greater Anglia services aren't operating to or from Hertford East. For more travel news, go to gbnews.com.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk then?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
The fact that Trump made a good start, no.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up? About 10.
So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show live every night at midnight.
Only on GB News,
Britain's news channel.
Bold. They are under no illusion.
Ray.
Are you a human trafficker?
Boundless. I've had enough of the nonsense, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Don't get us on the BBC.
Every weeknight, I tear through the headlines.
The smell of gasoline. Should we be worried about it?
From Westminster madness to cultural war chaos.
I'm going to do now, they are throwing things out the car as we speak.
Get ready, Britain. Here we go. Patrick Christie tonight, weeknights from 9 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Nana Akweer, for an informative, interactive news programme with a difference. It's fun.
No, he didn't say that, Dave. I'm so surprised. I think there's an element of truth to that.
Join me from 3 p.m. every weekend, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
We're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
Welcome back. It's sports time. Paul Coyter's here with us. Morning.
Australia are very much in control, Ellie.
Yes.
Again.
It could all be over.
I think it will be over tomorrow.
By tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 tests, but this is the third one, day 3, and, you know, Australia are now batting, and they're just... And Travis Head looks like scoring another 100. 356 runs in front, 6 wickets still. They're going to probably score 400-500 runs, leaving us a total, which would be a world record, which has never been scored by anybody in the world ever. And then we'll have to do it, and then we'll all be out for about 53. Yeah, I know. I'm sounding so negative about
I'm
this.
not surprised.
I don't want to be, because it's
the end
not
of
me.
baseball.
I wonder. The thing is, though, the way they were batting this morning, and Ben Stokes, he was very un-baseball-like, which means hit it all over the place for 6, and he was being very careful. So they did actually quite well this morning when he was in with Jofra Archer. So it was the last wicket stand where they scored 106 runs, which kind of made it... Can you imagine what it'd been without them? But Australia, they're just doing fine. So they're going to go back into bat tomorrow, and... The chances are, I think tomorrow is when the Ashes, we can wave goodbye to the Ashes. No, there'll be 2 other tests after that. But anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Sports Specialty of the Year?
Yeah, go on.
How are you feeling about Rory? Because I'm happy for Rory. I'm glad about it. I think it's the right decision.
I'm not.
Why?
No, look, I mean, he's a very skilled man.
He is a skilled man.
Good at what he does, all the rest of it. I just sort of think now was the time for something new. It was time for Luke Littler or Lando Norris.
Their time will come.
I don't know. Whereas Rory, well, you know, he's been at it for years. He's been great for years. Where's the fresh blood?
But I think the thing is, he's never won it before. And it's the third...
He's won everything else.
Oh, no, come on. So he won the Masters this year, the Ryder Cup, which was terrific. There he is with Keely Hodgkinson, last year's winner. And I think Rory deserved it. And I'm pleased for Rory. And Ellie Kildan was second.
I keep thinking it was saying me. And I was like, oh, wow. But no, she's very good.
Oh,
I'm glad she came second.
And Lando Norris came third.
Yeah.
And yeah, he won the world title, but maybe it was like... Because he only won it last week. So maybe if there's a little more run-up. And also, I think it makes a difference whether they're there as well. I actually do.
Well, I think they might have had a little tip-off that they hadn't won.
Do you think...
They just so happened not to be there.
Yeah.
You think so?
If they'd have won, they'd have been there.
See, Rory flew over from Jupiter.
Yeah, I think he might have also had a tip-off.
When I say... But that's where he lives. Jupiter, America, by the way. Don't I say flew over from Jupiter? That's where all the golfers live. So he flew over, and then he's flying back again.
I think he probably had an inkling there, Paul.
I think... Well, I had an inkling. So if I had an inkling, the chances are he... But anyway, well done.
Anyway.
Well done.
They probably have a bit of notice, as is often the way in awards shows. You know who's won before you actually turn up. You have to look surprised.
Really?
Me?
Me? Really?
Yes.
No way. Lifetime Achievement Award was Thierry Henry. I'm not really sure. Yeah, he's a great footballer. Why suddenly now? I'm not sure. Coach of the year, Serena Wiegmann. Armand Duplantis. Mondo Duplantis, who's the Swedish pole vaulter who just breaks world records whenever he feels like it.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time. Absolutely.
I still don't know how they do that.
Man.
Can we have a look at the Olympic flame?
Yes, well, you've got to ask me the question. I can't do anything.
Where is the Olympic flame
Paul?
today, Paul?
Well, it's funny you two should ask me that. I'll show you. Let's have a look. Where's the Olympic flame? It is... Now, I recognise that.
It doesn't look very alight.
Well, it's daytime, Dom.
Yeah, that's why.
I know, but usually you see...
Was that question the Olympic flame?
Was that mansplaining? I don't know.
You usually see it. There you go. You can see it in that
There
shot.
we are. Oh, it's set fire to the trees as they go past.
No,
that is Sicily. So they are currently in the south of of Italy, Catania in Sicily. It's travelling... Look at that.
The boot bit of Italy.
That's right, yeah, right at the end of the boot there.
Yeah.
So look at all the people that are excited. Well, I don't know.
Oh, good.
Is that a Sicilian
Well
flag that they're waving?
Yeah, it looks nice.
I would, you know what? After we had, after we spoke yesterday, didn't we? We had the chef de mission. We had Eve Muirhead on yesterday.
Yeah.
Surely now I could pull some strings and say, could we have the Olympic flame live, please? Because I think we've done enough to highlight the flame. Maybe we could go over and have someone actually running, and then we could speak to them while they're holding.
All right, get on the plane.
OK.
Get on the plane.
That's the answer.
I'm approving it, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Or
yes.
you could have the Olympic flame running through the GB News studio.
No naked flames in the studio. It's not allowed.
Oh.
Health and safety.
I thought that was
I've already
a
tried that one, but no.
idea.
Yeah, I don't think they can fly it over here just for the show.
For us.
But then again, they did have the miner's lamp in
the lamp in the plane.
In the plane, so that maybe would keep it safe.
If they can take on a plane, Coity, they can take it into the studio.
If I took a candle, because, you know, they light it, and just got some of the flame.
It'd be a half Olympic flame.
And then bring the flame, it's still from the mother flame, and then bring the flame back here.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Do you want to play birthdays?
Yes, please. I think we better add.
Right, birthdays, hopefully nothing to do with it. Oh, great, more cricket. Australian cricket legend. Very close-up look at Ricky Ponting there. So how old do you think Ricky Ponting in his baggy green? So Ricky Ponting retired, I'd say probably about 6-7 years ago.
I'm going to say 49.
No, probably longer than that, actually.
49.
49 for Ricky Ponting. Good
55.
guess.
55.
51 is the answer for Ricky Ponting. Next, showbiz. Oh...
I recognise him.
You do?
Where from?
Is he too shy?
It's Lamar.
It's Lamar. Mark Hamill was his name. So Mark Hamill, wasn't that an anagram of Lamar? So that's where he got his name from. Although there's no Mark bit, just Hamill. Shy.
Before your time.
Yeah, I'm completely...
Never-ending
Story.
You've never seen Never-ending Story?
No.
Never-ending Story.
Lamar, he must be about 60.
OK. You going to go with 60?
Right, well,
Ellie is
I'll go with 62 then.
Cogs are turning there. 67. Lamar is 67.
Oh, wow.
If only he'd stayed with Kajagoogoo longer, they could have been like Duran. Right, birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Lamar.
Oh, Lamar. Right, next one. Tomorrow, Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, yeah, we teased this.
In the world.
26.
Oh, I was going to go 32.
No.
Too
He's younger
old.
than you think, because I was quite shocked at his age, I remember.
All right.
That's right.
28.
27.
Ah!
One more. And I sat next to this man in Euro 96, England versus Spain, and this is a true story.
Your knee's never been straight since.
He stood... Well, his spoons haven't. He stood up and he went, everybody, now come on, England win. And a guy, I swear this is true, a guy right in front of him looked round and he said, Oi, Geller, if we lose, you're dead. And Yuri sat down very quietly. But we did win.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Yuri Geller. Spending the spoons.
Spending spoons?
Spending spoons. He's done that. Have you done that with him?
No,
I've done the spoon thing.
Have you tried it? Did it?
Yeah. I was like, what the heck?
I think I remember like rubbing a spoon in front of the telly when I was about 6.
And did it?
I don't think it did, no.
No, but it did with me. How old is Yuri Geller today?
She can't come out with an answer.
77.
77.
I was going to go 78.
79.
Oh!
Very good, though.
Very good guess.
Very good. but
Uri.
not quite
Uri
on there.
Geller.
Uri
Really
Geller.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Right.
Thanks, Coity.
Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday.
You too. Enjoy.
Right, still to come, the King has proved he can pull a perfect pint.
But can he split the G? We're going to find out with Alison and James next.
Can he what?
Split the G. That's what we do with Guinness.
Split the G?
Split the G.
Oh, I've never heard of that. You have to tell me more in a moment.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
All right, first, though, here's the European forecast.
I hope we haven't forgotten anything.
Travel insurance, I tick that box.
Yeah, but remember what you forgot last year.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
If you're contemplating a trip overseas at the moment, it is dry at first this weekend for many places, but low pressure will develop and it will bring increasingly heavy rain to many by the end of the weekend. We do have some rain to talk about. Parts of the south of Greece, southern Italy seeing that rain at first. Drier for the rest of Italy, dry for much of Iberia, but in between weather systems, a front pushing some rain into Portugal later. And then a developing area of low pressure will turn things increasingly wet across Italy and Greece.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
5 hosts, 5 opinions, 5 fearless debates, 5 unfiltered takes on the day's news.
5 reasons not to be anywhere else on Saturday night.
This is the Saturday 5. You got me. You got me good there. Britain's biggest Saturday night TV show.
It's not a bad brand.
Yeah. Uncensored.
Very, very racy tonight.
On the unpredictable.
What did she say? Can you translate it for us?
And always entertaining.
And how can a country go from being led by William Wallace to Saturday nights from 6 p.m. only on GB News, the People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
You're going to want to stay tuned, trust me.
Good afternoon, Britain. Weekdays from midday.
True Grinch fashion, one neighbour has written a bar humbug letter to a festive father-to-be, outraged by what he calls Dave Goodlin's cheap and tacky Christmas display outside his house.
I mean, there is no such thing as cheap and tacky Christmas display. Christmas is cheap and tacky. Dave accidentally, it happens, come on, brought a 20-foot inflatable Santa, believing it was just 4 foot tall, and inflated it outside his house.
Well, the neighbour's fury and Dave's giant Santa have now gone viral, and he's been left with little choice but to deflate the big man himself.
Or looking at that picture, went and brought a snowman that matched. Any case, we don't know. So joining us now is the man himself, Dave Goodings. Dave, you must be a bit deflated by this story.
Hello, good afternoon, guys. Yes, very deflated because last weekend, the Sunday just gone, we decided to put up our Christmas decorations. You've got the tree behind me, and then outside the front, we've got 2 giant Christmas inflatables, one being a giant snowman and the other a Father Christmas.
So people have complained. Grinches have complained about this.
It's just the one complaint letter that we've had through the post. So we put them up on the Sunday, on the weekend just gone. And then I got home from work on Monday to an envelope that had been posted through the door. There's, no writing on the envelope, which I thought was a little bit weird. I opened it up and lo and behold, in the envelope was this long letter, all in capital letters. I couldn't believe it, what I was reading. And at first, my heart sunk because I'm not the kind of person at all. I hate upsetting anyone. I hate any confrontation, stuff like that. But for me, I was reading it. And I was like, oh, have I upset someone? But then after reading it a couple of times, it's so silly. It's a time of year where you can let your hair down, have a little bit of fun at Christmas.
GB News, the People's Channel.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Only on GB News.
Welcome back to Breakfast. We are going through the papers in the company of James Rampton and Alison Cork. Morning, you two.
Morning.
Alison, let's start with porch piracy.
Yes, well, so this is really interesting. So apparently burglars hit homes with porch piracy every 189 seconds now. So that's just over 3 minutes, which surpasses even phone theft, which I think in London is once every 6 minutes. So it's now an incredibly prolific problem. And I think obviously it's a sign of the season. lots more deliveries. Sign of the economic times, perhaps, that people are really, you know, struggling and looking to other ways.
Oh, but no, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Not when you're just nicking, you know. There is an element of things when it comes to perhaps at a supermarket. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. Yeah. But if people are desperate for food and things, I could have an element of sympathy there. Yeah. Not when you're nicking stuff, you don't know what's in it, a box off a porch.
Well, I think what I would just say to sort of carry on that theme is that if you are fairly confident that nothing is going to happen as a result of it, and I think that the comment that I would make here is really about, you know, the policing that we've got at the moment and the fact that they cannot focus on anything other than super serious crimes. So, you know, if you think your chances of getting away with it are 99.9%, it's more likely to happen.
I think, honestly, there are lots of deliveries now. I mean, you know, your Amazon parcels and all the rest of it are turning up left, right and centre. People need to be doing something. They need to, you know, have a box outside the front door that is... I mean, I don't know how it would work, but, so, you know, there needs to be some solution.
There are now solutions. There are large, secure boxes, and once the parcel goes in, it is literally impossible to get your hand in to get it out.
Yeah.
So, but they are quite big and not very attractive, so...
There's so much pressure on these delivery drivers to deliver so many parcels that they're willing to leave it anywhere, it would seem, just to get it gone.
And the number of times the doorbell will ring and I'm, you know, literally sprinting down the stairs
and they're gone.
To the door. Literally, and I'm thinking, have I just imagined this? Because there is nobody inside.
Yeah, they are pretty quick off the mark. James, can we talk Guinness in the Mail this morning?
Well, yes. Ellie brilliantly just explained to me this new concept of splitting the G, which is apparently all the rage on something called social media that you mentioned, which I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's what young people look at when they're trying to drink the first draft of Guinness, and they have to get it down to a point where they split the G
on the glass.
Guinness, which, as you said earlier, Ellie, is brilliant marketing, because if you get it wrong, you just say, oh, well, I have to buy another pint. You're also drinking quite a lot of the pint in the first sip. So, also genius is to get the King in his first public visit since his very moving video about the good news about his cancer, and you know, to have him pouring a perfect pint in their new brewery in Covent Garden. He did an imprint of holly and had Merry Christmas written in the top. He even tried, and I wouldn't fancy this, apricot Guinness, anyone?
Ooh,
Why mess with a classic? Also, ginger, cinnamon and nutmeg flavour is on offer.
That does sound quite nice, actually.
But James, you know, I think this is what the monarchy sort of does best. It's when it tries very sweetly to be relatable, and people do love that.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the story about the Queen Mother in the Second World War, when she toured the East End and said, I had to do this because I just couldn't look London in the face if I hadn't.
Point.
And I think that, you know, this is where the monarchy just sort of shines and everybody goes, oh, yes, we want them, but that's why we love our monarchy. You know.
And they refused to leave London, the royal family, during the Blitz as well, just because they wanted to be with everyone.
But Charles talking about his cancer treatment, you know, an incredibly good way to use his position, authority and influence.
And he just loves being with people, doesn't he? I mean, what we saw yesterday and what we increasingly see with the King is these impromptu walkabouts.
Yes.
So nothing is planned. He just wants to go out in the rain, shake people's hand, chat to people. You can see a security detail going, oh,
all the men with fingers in their hands going, help, help!
He's just very happy amongst people. It's lovely.
It's funny because when he was younger, he seemed quite socially uncomfortable.
Yes, it's
so changed.
He's coming to his own.
And think how unpopular he was as well. During the whole farrago over, you know, all those leaked messages to Camilla, who wasn't his wife at that point, and the 3 people in our marriage that Princess Diana said. He was deeply unpopular.
He was.
And he seemed to prefer the company of plants to people, as you say. He was always chatting to his plants. But in fact, I think he's really transformed his image. And I think he's now extremely popular and able to project soft power in a very influential way from this country. It's said that when Trump came to visit, at that point, he was wavering about what to do about Ukraine. And King Charles reportedly said to him, well, do you think you're being too favourable towards the Russians? Shouldn't you give the Ukrainians more of a hearing? And at least for that second that Trump was listening, it changed his mind. I mean, obviously, he changed his mind again 10 seconds later. But it is a great power that he has behind the scenes, pulling strings. I absolutely take my hat off.
It's a remarkable transformation from a few years ago. It just goes to show, you know, it's never over.
Can I just point out, because you're both two very, very fine specimens of human beings, and I wonder if, like it says in the Mail, this is because when you are hitting the gym, doing the exercises and all the rest of it, you're swearing like a bricklayer.
Well, if I were in a gym, I'd be swearing a lot, because I think, who's locked me in here? How have I been tricked into a gym? But I do, when I go on my bike or I go up a very, very slight incline, I do find myself swearing because you're suffering physical pain. And this new report, very interestingly, by Keele University, suggests that it improves your performance because it makes you more focused. Perhaps it releases more adrenaline.
Not just swearing, but just talking out loud to yourself. Because I always used to worry because I'd catch myself talking to myself on, you know, regular occasions. But then I read an article which said that it releases anxiety and aggression, and actually people who talk out loud to themselves, it's a precursor of longevity. So I shall be
Is it really? Not the first sign of madness?
No, absolutely not. I've just rewritten the rules. No, this report rewrote those rules.
The amount I swear off air is very good. You know, very good sign for my longevity then.
Apparently, you might be able to attest this, Alison. If you're in labour, apparently swearing helps with pain and discomfort.
I'm sure it does, because it's an output of that pent-up aggression.
But do you have to swear, or can you just shout?
I
grunt
think swearing
and groan.
is uniquely satisfying.
And swearing at the father is also traditional. It's your fault.
Fair point. All right, you two, it's been a joy to see you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much, you
Happy
two.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Yes,
to
happy
you both.
Christmas.
Let's have a look at the weather now. Is it going to be a festive day? Let's have a look. Aidan McGivern's got all the details.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing one or two through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The showers heavy enough to give thunder, even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still one or two. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. One or two showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in one or two sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern and eastern parts of England. Eastern Scotland also seeing bright spells. Further west, the cloud thickens, the wind picks up by Saturday afternoon, and an active weather front will bring some heavy rain into Northern Ireland, parts of West Wales and the southwest of England.
Warm and cosy, with a chance of zero visibility. Boxed Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Thank you, Britain, for making us the fastest growing news website in the UK. We're truly humbled, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Good morning. This is the latest AI travel news from gbnews.com. Currently, the A75 in both directions at Gretna is closed, following a significant traffic incident. Furthermore, southbound drivers on the A470 between Nantgarw and Corriton are facing congestion. In Portsmouth, eastbound on the M27, congestion is causing delays of approximately 20 minutes between Junction 11 and Junction 12. Now, on the trains, disruptions are affecting Great Western Railway with no services between St Erth and St Ives. Additionally, Greater Anglia is experiencing a halt with no trains running to or from Hertford East. Stay informed about the latest travel developments and stay up to date at gbnews.com.
It's the big one. Your chance to win a whopping £85,000 in tax-free cash. The largest cash prize we've given away to date. That's like over £7,000 a month extra in your bank account each month for 12 whole months. That's a year of yes. Yes to holidays, yes to treats, yes to shopping trips, yes to home improvements. For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk then?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
The fact that Trump made a good start, no.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up? About 10.
So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m, only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
Good morning. Next May's local elections could be delayed for 10 million more voters.
Yes, the government offers over 60 councils the chance to suspend elections until 2027.
But with reform surging in the polls, the PM's leadership in danger of being challenged next year, is Nigel Farage right to accuse the government of turning Britain into a banana republic?
Well, Shadow Secretary of State for Housing, Communities and Local Government, Sir James Cleverly, said we should not be cancelling elections.
What we've seen is the Labour government both arrogant and naive and cocky, thinking they can completely restructure English local government.
What's going on with this government? They can set up, in the old days, a Scottish Parliament in 2 years, but they keep suspending elections for millions of people.
More photos are released from the Epstein files with prominent figures pictured, including Bill Gates.
The great Christmas getaway begins. Millions of people are set to head home for the holidays today.
Well, it's beginning to look a lot like traffic. That's the warning from the AA today as Frantic Friday gets underway. Millions of us making journeys on the rails, on roads and on planes. If that's you, I'll have all the details you need in order to beat the Christmas getaway.
Ex-Strictly contestant Thomas Skinner is suing the BBC after accusing them of rigging the voting system to boot him off early.
It's a brighter day today for many of us, albeit with still some blustery showers around. I'll have the full roundup of the weather coming up soon.
Oh, help yourself. It's just gone 9 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello and this is GB News Breakfast. Now, how long have you had your Christmas lights for on your Christmas tree? Christopher Hope?
About 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
No, in total. I mean, how long have you had your lights for? How many years?
Oh, they always break all the time.
Oh,
all
it's
the
not
time.
very long.
Yeah, not very long.
Okay.
About 2 years.
About 2 years. I've had mine for 4 years now, and I worry each year that they're not going to survive any longer. Anyway, we think we have found Britain's oldest Christmas lights.
Right, go on.
They have been working since 1956, meaning they have shone brightly for 69 Christmases.
Are they coloured or are they white?
They are coloured. Yes, as was the range back then.
Do you mind coloured lights, Ellie? Is that?
I have an aversion to coloured lights. Yes, I
thought that.
I like warm golden lights. You know me very
You see, it's good. So 69 years old,
69,
these lights.
yeah,
They've only
yeah.
had to replace the bulbs 3 times and the wires twice.
So buy some new lights, Steve.
Well, this is Mr. King. Whose mother Elsie bought the set in 1956. Mr. King says he's not replaced any part of the set.
Oh.
He bought them from Halfords for 18 shillings, the equivalent of almost £20 today, when Mr. King was 10 years old. I've always cherished and looked after them, he said. It's amazing, I can't even believe it myself. So there you go, 69 years.
Well, I mean, that's
I don't think they make lights of that quality anymore.
No, they don't.
Something's gone wrong along the line.
They don't, it's crazy.
In the old days, if a bulb became loose, you had to try and screw it in, didn't you?
Yeah, but it took all of them out, didn't it?
For them all.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you think you can beat that, let us know. 69 years for a set of Christmas lights.
Wow, I love that. It's great.
gbnews.com/you'll say. Great story.
Right, our main news today is that 10 million voters face having their local elections delayed until 2027.
Well, that's after the government offered over 60 councils the chance to push back elections due to changes to the organisation of local government.
Well, here's what the local government minister told the Commons.
Many councils across the country and of all stripes have expressed anxiety about their capacity to deliver a smooth and safe transition to new councils alongside running resource-intensive elections to councils proposed to be shortly abolished. They have expressed concerns about the time and energy spent managing elections to bodies that won't shortly exist, only to run an election a year later. We've also heard from councils querying the value for taxpayers of spending tens of millions running elections to bodies that won't exist, as I said, for much longer. Councils are telling us that where capacity is a problem, postponement would free up resources to be concentrated on local government reorganisation and the delivery of good services. To be clear, should a council say that they have no reason to delay their elections, there will be no delay. If a council voices genuine concerns, we will take these issues seriously and would be minded to grant a delay in those areas.
Well, in response, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage is considering legally challenging the decision after he accused the government of behaving like dictators.
Well, let's talk to our political editor, Christopher Hope, who's here. Good morning to you. I mean, look, I know they're coming up with these excuses as to why this needs to happen. It just looks like they're running away from the electorate.
It does, and who is running away from the electorate? It serves both the two main parties, these possible delays. I mean, 63 councils, 13.7 million people live there. Nearly 10 million of them are voters. That's 1 in 6 people living in this country may not get this right to vote in or vote out your councils next year. The list of these villages, towns, cities is almost the same as the list of those named places we put on the weather every time we do a weather read out. Basildon, Burnley, Pendle, Preston, Harlow, Crawley, Rushmore, Watford, West Lancashire, Worthing, Tamworth are a fraction of the ones I was writing down this morning. This is across the country. It is outrageous. Alison McGovern there is local government minister. She says the government is minded to allow any of those councils to delay the elections because they're doing a shake-up, they're trying to change the structure of local government. But as critics say, back in 1997, there was a referendum on Scottish devolution. Within 2 years, the last Labour government established a whole new Scottish Parliament. But I was up there, I was covering it in a different job in 1999. So why can't you get on with it and deliver it? Why are they so easily not letting this happen? And we see this increasing behaviour by this government when they got rid of the automatic right to Magna Carta, to have a right to a jury trial. The way it's behaving is interesting, and it comes at the same time as this government is cutting back on access to journalists with their briefings in Downing Street.
Yeah. OK, Christopher Hope, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, we're back to you in a second, Chris, but let's just talk to the Liberal Democrats' Foreign Affairs spokesperson, Callum Miller, who joins us now on this issue of the local elections. Mr Miller, what is the Lib Dems' position on this? I don't know if any of these councils are Lib Dem led. If that is the case, what will you tell your leaders to do?
We're looking forward to the elections in May, and the fact that the government on the last sitting day of Parliament yesterday said that it was running scared of the electorate and open to cancelling these elections is just shocking. As Christopher just said, it is Labour and the Conservatives who stand to gain from not putting themselves up against the electorate, given where they are in the polls. And we Liberal Democrats would love to have the chance to put our excellent candidates in front of the voters and hopefully see some more great results at the local elections.
You're here today to talk to us about the foreign interference investigation. You would like President Trump and his administration to be included. Why?
We believe that it's incredibly important that British voters are the ones who decide who governs our country, whether that's at local or national level. And what we saw in the United States national security strategy was an explicit statement that this US administration intends to interfere in the elections in Europe and in the UK. And when Steve Reid announced that he was launching an investigation into foreign interference in our elections, it's just right and proper that that investigation should go without fear and favour to see where there are countries that are trying to interfere with our democracy. And unfortunately, the US appears to be one of them.
Well, in what way is the US interfering?
Well, Donald Trump's document, this national security strategy, said that the US administration is concerned about the direction of civilizational decline in Europe, that it would support patriotic national parties, and that it would not stop short of interfering in elections in order to achieve those outcomes. It's not appropriate for external governments to use money or influence to try and shape the democratic results in countries like ours that have robust democracies, where there's no worries about the efficacy of the elections. And for that reason, the US and money that flows from the US should be part of this investigation.
Well, were you up in arms, though, when President Obama came over to our shores and told us we shouldn't vote for Brexit?
I think there's a massive difference between political leaders expressing a view and the flow of funds directly to political parties competing in an election, if that's seeking to influence the election. Just a couple of weeks ago, we heard that Reform had received £9 million from someone who doesn't live in the UK, who's made his money elsewhere and who's making donations with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a way of hiding the source of some of these donations, and that's already in the scope of the investigation. It should absolutely cover attempts by the United States and funders in the United States to shape the outcome of our elections. I think people in this country want to know that the elections held here are ones where the strength of arguments and the quality of the candidates in British elections allow British voters to decide the outcome, not how much money is being funneled in by other governments.
It seems like you've got one rule for President Obama and another rule for President Trump. Do you not think that President Obama was trying to shape the result of that result, a democratic vote on Brexit, when he said that Britain would be at the back of the queue?
To be clear, this is an investigation into funding. I don't think anyone is suggesting that President Obama funded elections at that time. Donald Trump and his supporters are being absolutely clear that they intend to try and change the balance and the outcome of British elections with the use of the mega billions that Donald Trump is hoovering up around the world as he tries to do deals on the commercial side at the same time as being the President of the United States. Donald Trump's impact on American politics has been corrosive, and we don't want that to come over here and have the same impact in UK politics.
OK. Callum Miller, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate your time this morning. Just want a final quick word with Chris on that. What do you think?
Well, I mean, there's some holes in that argument, and there's simply no way this government's going to try to inquire into Donald Trump, his behaviour with how he's influencing the UK politics. Great point about Obama, of course, back of the queue. And Christopher Harborne, this Reform donor, yes, he's made money in cryptocurrency and elsewhere, but we think he's donating in money as far as we know. There's no crypto, no suggestion that anyone's hiding any source of that money at all. It's ridiculous.
All right, Chris, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you. Now, the great Christmas getaway begins. Millions of people are heading home for the holidays today.
Yes, but could train and traffic delays put a spanner in the works? Very busy at the airports as well. Let's talk to our national reporter, Will Godley, who's at Liverpool Street Station for us this morning in London. Morning, Will. How's it looking?
Well, good morning to both of you. Yeah, this is the busiest train station in the UK. Lots of people going about their day here on the trains. And what this is, of course, Frantic Friday. So no doubt busier than normal. It's called Frantic Friday because there's 3 groups of people using transport methods today, whether that's trains, roads or planes. People who are commuting, still at work, haven't finished for the Christmas period yet, going about their day, travelling to work, travelling home from work. Also, the groups of people Christmas shopping, travelling to town centres, travelling to shopping centres to get their last-minute bits and pieces for Christmas. Plus, of course, the groups of people heading home for Christmas, with schools broken up, people finished work for the Christmas period. They're embarking on their journeys, and those 3 groups of people making today an incredibly busy day, this Frantic Friday. But many people choosing not to travel on the trains because, of course, we know there are often essential pieces of maintenance and replacement work happening on railway lines, and that is no different here at London Liverpool Street Station, closed between Christmas and New Year, like London Waterloo as well, and other train lines as well disrupted, including the West Coast Main Line, where rail replacement buses in place over the festive period in between Leeds and York as well, and Cambridge and Stansted disruption there. National Rail, though, saying 95% of the route are unaffected, but because of the disruption everybody knows about, many people choosing to travel on the roads, and the RAC and the AA saying it's going to be the busiest Christmas getaway on record. And today, this Frantic Friday, going to be the busiest day in that festive period. Some 24.4 million car journeys forecast to be made by the AA, and of course all of that is going to lead to some traffic build-up, and they are warning of particular areas where there are some traffic jam flashpoints. I can tell you, if you are going to be on the road today, you might want to look out for the M8 between Edinburgh and Glasgow, the M60 near the Trafford Centre in Greater Manchester, the M5, M6 interchange near Birmingham, the M25 near Heathrow, and also in Blue Water in Kent, and the M4, M5 interchange near Bristol. All of those busy traffic areas as a great Christmas getaway gets underway.
OK, well, Godly, thank you very much.
Talking of getaways, actually,
we're very jealous of somebody else's getaway.
Yes,
today,
Hayley Sparksby's been on a getaway to Lapland on the very tiny excuse of talking about our fantastic Great British Giveaway.
But it is fantastic.
It is, but why we've sent her to Lapland, I do not know. Lucky devil.
A very Merry Christmas to you all from the Aurora Collection Resort in Lapland. We're on an amazing Arctic adventure to celebrate our greatest cash giveaway, a simply stunning £85,000. And this Christmas, we're giving you the chance to win it all. With an extra £85,000 in your bank, you'll be able to indulge in luxury, do those things you've only ever dreamed about. Even tick a few experiences off the bucket list. One lucky viewer is guaranteed to win £85,000 in tax-free cash. And it really could be you, so don't miss out this Christmas.
For another chance to win £85,000 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge, or post your name and number to GB18 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 30th of January. The winner may be contacted live on GB News, week commencing the 9th of February 2026. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand. Good luck.
Good luck. Now, do stay with us. Still to come, ex-Strictly star Tom Skinner is set to sue the BBC. Find out more on that next.
Decisions made in Washington aren't just shaping America, they're shaping Britain too. From migration to global security, from crime to health. Whatever happens in the White House today
will be felt in your town or city tomorrow.
That's why The Late Show is live from Washington, D.C.
Cutting through the politics to show you what it all means for Britain.
The Late Show live every night at midnight.
Only on GB News.
Britain's news channel.
Exciting news. Every Friday, my Patrick Christie's Tonight Show is going to have a twist to it. We're welcoming some special guests. You. That's right, on Fridays I'm going to be doing my show in front of a live studio audience because this show is about you and what you have to say. It's going to be the same big debates, same big topics, same big opinions. But every Friday night at 9 p.m, you are invited to come on down to Patrick Christie's Tonight to be a part of the action. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
no,
isn't it?
No,
because the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back.
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
And we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m, only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
From the school run to the home run, watch a new show for all of Britain.
So he can say whatever he wants.
A straight talking show where all voices are heard.
And, you know, when are we going to stop talking about smashing the gangs and actually do it?
With the stories that matter from every part of our country.
There's a bit of a crash landing there for your Chancellor.
Bold, fearless and standing up for you. That's me, Martin Daubney, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, weekdays, here only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m, only on GB News.
No matter the state it's in, this is our nation. Join me, Jacob Rees-Mogg, for a genuine, honest discussion on where we have been, where we are going, and where we are with the people who set the direction. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Only on GB News.
Britain deserves a newsroom that puts the facts and your voice first.
Well, and that's what you get on GB News. Lively debates, lively conversations.
And we're not afraid to hold power to account.
And each other. So join me, Andrew Pearce.
And me, Miriam Cates, for Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 on GB News.
9:19 now. Former star of Strictly and The Apprentice, Tom Skinner, is going to sue the BBC. He says he has proof that the corporation downplayed his public support.
Well, Tom Skinner is also said to believe his outspoken political views, including links to politicians like the US Vice President J.D. Vance, played a role in the BBC wanting him off the show.
Well, it would be hugely damaging if that was the case. These sort of votes and things are, like, really carefully monitored now. The BBC strongly denies all of this. It says Strictly's public vote is independently overseen and verified to ensure accuracy.
Well, joining us now is media lawyer Jonathan Code. Very good morning to you, Jonathan. A serious allegation here that voting has been rigged. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's unlikely. As you rightly say, the BBC, as does ITV, uses an independent vetting regulating company to count all of these, particularly to avoid this kind of allegation. But I have to say, I cannot see how this claim can succeed. First of all, this guy has got to prove to a balanced probabilities that the BBC, despite the independence of the voting process, that there was indeed some rigging of the vote. So Mr. Skinner's got that to get over. Secondly, there won't be, this will be a contract claim, so it's going to have to be based on his contract with the BBC. There will not be a term in the contract, although I've not seen it. I can be sure there is no term saying we will not rig the vote. So he's going to have to persuade a judge that there was an implied term that the votes would not be rigged, assuming he can prove rigging. He's then got to prove some kind of loss. Now, that's going to be a problem because, of course, all that did was put him into the dance-off. And at that point, it was down to his dancing skills. So he then have to produce an expert who will look at the voting of Motzi, Anton, Shirley and Craig and say, well, no, they were wrong, or worse still, they were biased and they shouldn't have voted him off. But then he's got the problems. OK, so he survived the first round, well, the worst he's probably going to have suffered is that not being knocked out in the second round, which then raises the problem of damage. And if you're going to sue in contract, you've got to show damage. And it's very difficult to see what damage he's going to be able to prove. So I fear the risk here is that the judge may say to Mr. Skinner and his lawyer, "You're fired," at the end of the claim.
Yes, I should think the way that all sounds, that could very well be the outcome, but we shall see. Jonathan, good to get your perspective on that. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's...
Thanks, Jonathan. Merry Christmas. He's off.
It's gone.
Bye, Jonathan. Never mind.
Places to be.
Alex Armstrong and Miriam Cates are full of the joys of Christmas, aren't you, this morning?
We are.
A little bit too much.
That felt like a Merry Christmas that happens when you've closed the door and someone walking. Merry Christmas.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was
what have
nice.
you got coming up, you two?
What have we got coming up? We have.
Actually, well, we have got a really interesting interview with the author of a book called Vassal State, which is all about how America owns Britain. Some astonishing statistics. So 25% of our GDP is basically sales to US multinationals. So have we been blind and been worried about the EU when actually it's America that's taking over? So exclusive interview with him.
More bad news for Keir Starmer. This guy can't get a break, can he? As part of this Ukraine stuff, he wanted to take Russian assets and give them back to Ukraine. I think he's talking to the previous Chelsea owner, Abramovich, about this as well. But no one else in the EU seems to have signed up. So, more bad news. He can't seem to get anything past his friends in the EU that he spent a very long time cozying up to.
We're also going to be talking about this anti-misogyny drive that was announced yesterday. And interesting that Bridget Phillipson yesterday also announced that she wouldn't be pressing ahead with the no men in women's toilets. So how does that match up with protecting women from violence? We're going to be asking what kind of misogyny lessons are going to be taught in schools.
What do you make of it? I mean, because this really worries me. Not that I'm not saying there isn't a problem that needs to be addressed, but if you just constantly tell boys that they are a problem and this is how we fix you, that drives them in the other direction.
Absolutely. And I think you're just pre-criminalising them, aren't you? I think you're making them feel like criminals before they've even got a chance to grow up and understand what's right and wrong. And let's face it, when have teenage boys ever done a lesson in school and thought, oh, I'm going to take that on board and go home and change my life? Never.
And they're ignoring some of the key issues like religion and culture, pornography, family instability. Those are the drivers behind this, not things that kids see on the internet. But we'll be discussing all that. Don't go away. First of all, your weather.
Expect warm spells with the odd rude interruption. Box Boilers sponsors the weather on GB News.
Hello and welcome to the latest update from the Met Office for GB News. It's a chilly but bright start to the day today with sunny spells for many of us, albeit with scattered showers, particularly towards the northwest of the UK, accompanied by gusty winds. Those showers already rattling in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, parts of Wales, southwest England seeing one or two through the day as well. But effectively, the further south and east you are, the fewer showers you'll see, the better chance you'll keep blue skies. But it will feel cold with a gusty breeze, temperatures of 9 to 11 Celsius. The shower's heavy enough to give thunder, even some hail towards the northwest of Scotland, but they'll ease through the night with a better chance of clear spells starting to emerge in the hours of darkness. Eastern Scotland tending to be more sheltered from the showers, likewise for southern Scotland. Northern Ireland at this stage seeing fewer showers, still one or two. Likewise across northern England, North Wales and Pembrokeshire, still a couple of showers knocking about. One or two showers also drifting into the south coast, but plenty of clear spells across the Midlands, the east and southeast of England, and that's where the lightest winds will be overnight, heading into the start of the weekend, and that's where we'll see perhaps a touch of frost in one or two sheltered spots as those clear skies allow temperatures to fall away. We keep a breeze towards the west and the cloud thickens by dawn on Saturday, so temperatures about 5 to 7 Celsius here, generally frost-free. Still a few showers into the south and the west during Saturday morning, but a decent chance of sunny spells continuing across many central, northern